Hi, my name's Austin. This is Dungeons and Dracon Beams, and you're amazing. And you deserve all the good things that happen to you in life and none of the bad. And if you're a dad, you gotta be a motherfucker.
True.
It's not entirely true.
Yeah, that's true.
Most of the time. You're right. Statistically,
If you are a motherfucker,
probably more than that.
nope, that's not it either. You guys, forget about that. It's Father's Day.
It's true.
That's it. To all the dads out there, hope you're infested with the Yeerk.
I'm not.
Oh, Nate.
What's up?
Dude, you know what? I've been meaning to tell you. Your beard,
Yeah.
it's a dad beard. And it's a
Wow.
rad beard.
I'm here to tell you, a lot of dads don't have beards.
Yeah, well,
They don't just happen.
a lot of dads aren't as good as you.
Well, that's probably true.
I never had a dad that didn't have a beard.
Really?
Yeah.
My dad didn't have a beard. He had a big fucking like Joseph Stalin mustache.
Oh, nice. I mean, not Stalin. That's not nice. But
No, he dead
mustache,
ass looks
pretty
like
good.
a cross between Stalin and Saddam Hussein.
My dad had a
That's-
goatee.
I'll show you a picture of him, like, and you'll go, oh yeah, that's what that is.
it's unfortunate. That's an unfortunate combination.
It's rough. Now I know what I'm gonna look like this is why I grew the beard.
My dad looked like if you got Mel Gibson from the dollar store.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dude, somebody said that to him when he was younger, and he got pissed off. Damn it, you got me. That sounds
So
like
that's
an
Mel
actor.
Gibson?
No, to my dad or something.
Oh, bro.
Yeah. Oh.
I'm just realizing I assumed I knew what Mel Gibson looked like. I should double check that.
Yeah.
I was right this one time.
Has he been in any movie you've seen?
Braveheart.
Okay.
Oh,
I know you've
snap.
seen Braveheart. That's another
I've
one we're
seen
gonna add to the list.
Hacksaw Ridge as well.
What's
Oh,
that?
shit.
I haven't
I
seen
know.
that. You can't just make up movies that aren't real. You have to
I
see real ones.
cannot.
It's genuinely not.
That's a real
It's
one?
a real movie. Yeah.
Real
Okay.
movie.
I didn't know about it.
98, 96.
2016.
Oh,
But
no.
it feels.
No.
I'm looking at it on Google.
I'm thinking of a different movie. I'm thinking of a different movie.
Mel
I think
Gibson.
Rich saw Hack.
Mel Gibson looks like a fully clothed David Hasselhoff. Is that something?
No,
No,
they don't look alike for one at all.
he looks like
Oh, that's the one with Andrew Garfield. Got it. Okay. Understood.
the Baywatch.
Oh, we're just not typing right now.
Dude, type it up, bro.
Oh, did your keyboard quit on you again?
I'm checking my other keyboard right now to make sure I haven't done something stupid.
Did you guys know
Probably
that,
not.
that we had an art corner coming up?
No.
What?
You didn't know, Alex?
No.
Well, you gotta
When
get
is
your
it?
art muscles.
Where is it?
Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tomorrow
Where?
Tomorrow, the June 19th.
at czdrop.tv. No,
Like what?
that's not it. It's twitch.tv
Okay.
/czdrop, Alex.
Okay.
Jesus.
Fine. What time?
Dude. Either 8 or 9. Just depending. Probably 9. That's what
Depending on your time zone.
this one and yours.
Oh, got you. I got you. Yeah.
Yeah, depending on your time zone. 9 American. Eastern. Is that right? 8 Canadian. Central. And that's all you need to know about that. Oh,
You know
wait.
what? You should just be glued to twitch.tv /CZDrop at all times.
If
And then you fucking won't miss it.
if you
All right? This is on you, audience.
yeah, you can make your own choices, and that should be the one you make.
You
not what
gotta
I
make
meant.
up like a small rap line about how like CZ drop is like an easy stream drop. Like I'm not the lyricist here.
Yeah.
I think you need to do this.
It's
I feel like that would be an easy bop.
yeah. Yeah, that's it. Come to CZ Drop. It'll be an easy bop.
You know how I like my pizza? With a cheesy top.
A cheesy top, not a greasy top.
Nah, that greasy.
I like a little blended up ice cream in my Reese pop. What you guys think on that one?
I am.
So without further ado, abois, allez abois.
Copyright strike.
I mean, we gonna sing Latin lyrics the whole time? Because I'll do that.
Okay.
Let's go.
A whole new.
We cannot fight the mouse.
Shot.
I'll fight him tooth and claw. Let's go.
We could if we find the
I
gem.
won't. They're more litigious than me. That's
Yes.
hard to do.
Famously litigious.
Yeah.
Previously on Dungeons and Dracon Beams, Arklin 9133 was reveling in his new body. They looked down in their body's wrist blade and nimbly twisted it, slashing through the air. They had been recently promoted from a Ged body, and this was so much better. The speed, the blades, the eyesight. They looked up and swept their eyes across the room, enjoying the upgrade. Another Hork-Bajir was monitoring the reinfestation station for human host. Human controllers moving cargo to the floor. A group of subadults walked along one of the ledges that the covered stairway was near. Ged lumbering off-kilter around a console as they continued to watch the Ged. They felt a moment of pride swell up. They had upgraded, indeed. As Arklin continued their day through the Yeerk pool, the work was menial, of course, but there was still the thrill of being able to effortlessly pick up component boxes that would have been a struggle for their previous host. They did look longingly out at the pier as they passed through. Security would be a great next step. A Dracon Beam of their own, and charge of their own force. They watched as the human technicians stepped out onto the bridge and argued with the Yeerk overseeing the pier. If they were in that situation, they would show the humans a little blade. They would show them who was boss here. It wasn't the hosts who have no blades and who should be... Oh, God. It wasn't the hosts who have no blades who should be pushing a Hork-Bajir around. Arklin emits a grunt of derision as the humans pass unharmed. Traveling into the south tunnels, but still looking back towards the pier, their thoughts are interrupted by a Taxon barreling out of a tunnel that it was working on. They quickly jump back, away from the gaping mouth filled with razor-sharp teeth that would chew a Ged body to complete obliteration in approximately 17.86 seconds. When the Taxon spots Arklin, it freezes. And that is when they remember they were no longer a Ged. They could travel past the near uncontrollable Taxon beast with these prickly blades for protection. The brimming fear was that of their host body, and Arklin's own surprise. But it was not needed. Discarding this input from their body, they stood up to their full height and stepped towards the Taxon, who backed into their tunnel with a low hiss. They took their time traveling through the Taxon construction now, watching them force their giant worm bodies away from Arklin's bladed form. Only some human controllers, the ones from earlier, working on the console, took no note. They were busy reading papers and using a handheld device of some sort. The Hork-Bajir eyes picked up on some movement above their head, but looking up there was nothing to focus on. It must have been some sort of fragmentation defect in the vision of the host body, a good thing to note. The rattling thought speaks so loud it makes one feel like they should disengage from the host brain, just to stop the noise, was the hallmark of Visser Three, the second highest ranking controller in their quadrant. Arklin stood at attention watching the human body cross the main cavern of the Yeerk River, remove its false skin, and then bubble up and boil over into the Andalite host body. The only Andalite host body. It was Arklin's personal goal to work their way up into Visser Three's guard. They had heard stories of his harsh nature, sure, but the glory and reward of a powerful host body was enticing enough that they would risk it. Arklin stood at attention with almost everyone. Only 2 subadult controllers, out of view of the Visser, continue on their way, and some Ged back by the large host containment area were moving. Once the Visser had moved off towards the private pool area reserved for high-ranking controllers, Arklin began to stalk off towards the component boxes again, grabbing one of the few remaining crates to move it into the cargo hold of the blade ship. As they got there, they could hear guttural hissing and grunting and a clear, "We are already behind schedule. Inform Visser 3 immediately that the blade ship is ready to depart. The Visser needs to feed." Seeing a woman standing several feet shorter than the massive Hork-Bajir guard in front of her, it was ridiculous that she was yelling and pointing and giving orders. The Hork-Bajir, turning, took note that Arklin was watching the scene, and then pointed and barked, "You." Arklin looked left and right, but it was only them there. The Hork-Bajir said, You go inform the Visser." Dropping the crate, Arklin turned and hurried off, They would become known to the Visser. That could only help their chances. Twisting through the familiar river, they quickly made it through the containment areas, ignoring the screaming and the crying. They swiftly passed through the voluntary controller area, ignoring the men playing on the ridiculous table with the plastic coins. One of them backed into Arkland's host body, arms raised, yelling, "Yeah!" And Arkland made the host body shove them roughly. They could feel the host brain trying to pull back some of the force, but easily overrode it. Visser Three business, he hissed, and he hissed out at the surprised and, to their delight, fearful human now sprawled on the floor. As they traveled through the private pool area, his host body hearing, which is highly sensitive, started to pick up Visser 2. Apprehension flooded from Arkland's body into the host brain, causing a reaction. Visser 2 was threatening Visser 3. They caught something about going off-world to the 13 and Visser 3's many failures. Arkland made it just to the entrance of the room as Visser 2 threatened to take Visser 3 out themselves if he failed again, and he felt the distinct impression that they should not have overheard this. Visser 2 stalks off, and seeing the opportunity to approach Visser 3, they take it. As clear and calm as they can be. This is their moment. They inform Visser 3 the blade ship is ready to depart. And the Hork-Bajir vision is perhaps not as good as Arkland thought, as their world was suddenly spinning. It took a moment to realize that Visser 3 had done this, removed the host body's head from the host body. The final fear of the host faded as the brain died beneath them. It would kill Arkland in a moment. One of the curses of being a Yeerk. Knowing death was coming and not being able to extricate yourself from the dying brain. As the final impulses rolled over the brain, there was a flash, a vision, a creature. It dropped from the ceiling and flapped the direction that Visser 3 was traveling. As that vision faded, Arkland realized in one terrible instance what they had seen earlier was not fragmentation, but more of the creatures, following, Andalites, the bandits. If only they had put it together sooner. If only they could have informed the Visser. If only.
Yo.
Fucking make my glasses fog up over a damn Yeerk. How you do that? How you do that?
I don't know.
All right. Zac.
Yo.
You and Max had entered the food court. And as you are ordering from Baskin Robbins, what do you order?
What's the flavor of the month?
Pineapple and cherry. Damn it, wait, hang on. That's too close to pina coladas. Chocolate and crackers. Cheez-Its. It's weird, I know. It's a weird sponsor.
You want to take another swing at it, or do you just stick with that one?
Yeah, hang on, yeah, let me take another swing at it.
Okay, we'll give you one more.
Spider-Verse flavored.
Okay.
It has a little bit of vanilla, a little bit of chocolate cherry, a little bit of blue and red raspberry, all mixed and swirled together.
Yeah. That sounds great.
Thanks.
Yeah, could I try the Spider-Verse?
Yeah, sure, here.
A little scoop.
He starts to make it. It's big. It's a big one.
I just wanted a sample, bro. I just wanted a little spoon.
Yeah, here you go.
I just want to try it.
Yeah. Here you go.
Okay, cool. All right, Zac tries it. Is
Dude,
it good?
it's like you're swinging through the Spider-Verse.
Whoa. That's amazing, because I've been a Spider-Man, so...
What?
What? I don't say that out loud. That's in my head.
Oh.
All right, yeah, let me get a scoop of that. Just make it two.
Just two?
Yeah, in cups, please.
Oh, okay. No cone.
Yeah.
Dude, we got these special cones. They're like
special about
Miles's suit. Look, they're black cones, and they have like red lines, like where the ridges are in the cones.
All right, that's pretty cool. Normally, I would just go for a cup, but
Yeah.
hook it up.
You finish up your order, and like as he's making them, you look over at Max, and he looks at you in his human form, and he gives you the sweetest, innocent smile, and you can even see yourself in it. And it's kind of funny in a way, but it also gives you like this cute feeling of like a little puppy trying to get up or down steps, but it's just too small to do it on its own. And as he smiles like that, your phone chimes.
I've got 2 cones
Well,
in my hand,
the,
so.
the guy's still scooping them. This is
Oh,
as
okay, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna check my phone real fast.
You have a message from an unknown number.
What does it say?
It says
It's probably spam.
still on for 6? Question mark.
What time is it?
Right now it's about 5:55 or 4:55.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
Should be cool.
And as
Where
you
at?
well, he says, "Would you like me to meet you at your house or
No.
somewhere else? Where would you like to meet?"
No. About your house.
Yes. He sends an address, and it's in like more of an upscale neighborhood, close to where Reese used to live.
Okay.
See you soon.
All right, we'll be there.
As you look,
All right.
as you
Go
look up
ahead.
from your phone, or are you sending another message or anything?
No.
As you look up from your phone, you don't immediately see Max. You do notice 3 barefoot teens coming out of the gap. And then you notice Max, because he's right back where he was standing before. Only his face is covered in chocolate sprinkles and like chocolate syrup and mustard and relish. His shirt
Mustard.
his shirt is stained and ripped a little bit. His hair has some kind of syrup in it and some sauerkraut. And you look behind him and you see the topping bar for the ice cream is a wreck. And it's right next to the hot dog condiment bar, which is also a wreck. And Baskin Robbins worker walks past with like cleaning supplies, and he just drops them on the ground as his whole body droops in despair. And Max looks at you, chews once and swallows, and then he sees the group too, and he says, "Our friends have returned." Returned. And then he gives you the exact same smile as before.
Bro, it was like 4 seconds.
Yes. It was
How?
enjoyable.
You
One of the
cannot
greatest
do that.
4 seconds.
Okay. I believe you, but listen, man. And I like try to keep my voice down. I pull him towards me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to get any things on my shirt, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna be like, look, man, you're gonna blow your cover. You have to act like a normal human. This is an espionage thing.
Yes. It is just
Normal Do you see any other humans doing that?
I do not understand how they control it.
There's something called social etiquette, man.
Etiquette.
Yeah.
Etiquette.
You just can't do that. And Zac realizes he sounds like his dad and stops talking. And then he goes and pays for the cones. And he hands one to Max and goes, try to eat this slowly and controlled. Consider this like a training exercise, bro.
Yes. He looks at the ice cream.
Eat this at the same speed I do. That's your goal.
He looks at the ice cream and looks back at you and just waits.
And I give him an eye. Like, all right. And I take like a little bite.
His is a little bit quicker and a little bit more aggressive, but he holds it under control. And
It's a good start, bro. It's a good start. And then like I'll start heading towards the group as I'm eating my ice cream cone.
Dylan,
Yeah.
as you're now out of the Yeerk pool, back in the mall, your mind does keep shooting back. And as your adrenaline starts to wear off, you start to remember some of the things that you've seen. One thing that kind of stands out in your mind is this centipede, long centipede-like creature, the Taxon, with their beady red eyes and their long whip-like tongue that flicks back and forth. You can remember the sounds of their hundreds of little needle-like legs clacking against the stone floor, the shrieks they make and the bone-chilling crunches they made as they chewed on the cave walls. The cave walls. You remember seeing a strange dark green and yellowy mucus seeping from their chitinous hides. those blue creatures that you found out were Geds limping behind them, cleaning it up. Yeah, you just remember that as you go.
So we're definitely going to have some things to talk about later.
Yeah. That was intense.
Fucked up.
Savannah's just gonna like nod, but then like kind of try to shoot you a look like, but gotta hold it together.
And you guys notice Zac and Max in the food court heading towards you.
Hey guys. How'd it go?
Savannah's gonna take one look at Aximilian, just a deep sigh. It's like with all like this sticky shit in his hair and like his clothes all fucked up, and just like a deep sigh. But then she'll answer Zac, and it went pretty well. Have you met up with Bart and Chad yet?
No. We've only been out here a little bit, like a couple minutes.
Okay.
You
Might
guys,
want to go find them.
you can roll perception checks if you want, all of you.
I'd be happy to.
Would love to.
With advantage because Cameron and Max are just going to help you.
Perception. Not good.
As you say that, like, that might be a good idea to like look for him and stuff. You notice Chad leaning off of one of like the upper balconies over the food court, and he's got like his phone in his hand, and the drone is on his back, and behind him is kind of like Bart just kind of leaning against the wall, and they see you, but they're like kind of trying to be nonchalant.
Okay. Can Savannah just subtly like make eye contact and like kind of like nod her head towards like the closest parking lot? Like if there's like a door nearby that we would go out somewhere there.
Yeah, when you do that, like Chad like leans forward and like is looking at you and kind of squints like he doesn't understand, but Bart, you see him roll his eyes and just kind of grab Chad by the shoulder and pull him away.
Dylan has grabbed like a wad of napkins and is just sitting there trying desperately to make Max look like a normal human. She's momming so hard right now.
He's like letting you do it, but still like eating his ice cream that Zac gave him. This is not the right motion to be doing.
You know how you guys eat ice cream.
I like it.
We're making a GIF.
Totally normal.
New GIF set.
Zac, can I have my shoes real quick?
Yeah. I was gonna do that. Here you go. And he like, did he bring his backpack? I don't remember. Anyway, yeah, he doles out shoes, clothes, whatever, and gestures. And there's a bathroom there if you guys want to go in there and change.
I think they morphed to come into the mall, and I think Zac only had like shoes and the stuff from the go bag, right?
There was stuff in the go bag, but there was some clothes in there too. Like if you wanted
we had
outer
a change of clothes.
But it could also have been like, you know, if you all can morph, you know, leotards, bike shorts or whatever, it could be like a bigger pair of bike shorts and a t-shirt or something like that. Enough that you guys wouldn't be too conspicuous, but maybe not get dressed in the food court. Like it might be a little bit. But you could just.
I mean, it's workout gear.
Yeah.
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 Dylan don't give a fuck.
Yeah, you could just put
Sweatpants.
flip flops on too and just keep moving in your morph suits. But
Yeah, that was more what I
I
was
got you.
picturing was like it's workout clothes and like either slip-on shoes or flip-flops.
Yeah, and as like Cameron's like limping along, or not limping, jumping on one foot, putting a flip flop on, moving with you guys towards that parking lot. He says, "I can't believe you guys got ice cream without us."
I know they
I
have the
didn't have-
Spider Verse one.
It's pretty good too. I didn't know you guys were going to be so fast. I kind of thought we were going to have to kill some time. So, do you guys want some ice cream? Like, we can just get some ice cream real fast.
Cameron looks at Savannah.
Dylan also looks at Savannah.
Zach just pulls
Yeah.
like a $10 bill out of the pocket from the change he just paid with and hands it over.
Have enough to get it for Bart and Chad too.
He pulls another 5 out.
All right, look, you guys go. I'll get the ice cream. Meet you out there.
Okay.
Yeah, Savannah will, if Zach handed her the cash, she'll hand it to Cameron and just be like, I don't want one.
You sure?
Yeah, thanks.
I want the cone too.
The cone? Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Dylan, I know. I got you. And then Max goes and gets the ice cream. Tricked you guys? No, it's Cameron.
It's Cameron.
It's Cameron.
Because he does both the voices. That's the joke.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get it.
But that was Cameron voice, not accidentally voice.
Yeah, that's
will
why
go
I
get both
tricked
of the
you.
Ice creams.
I threw my voice.
It was Max doing a really good impression of Cameron.
And you guys can go out to the parking lot, and there is like some like medians that divide the different parking spots, and then there's like a gazebo out there that you could sit under and just, chill outside if you wanted.
Nice.
And that's where the cheese boys are. Brie and Cheddar.
Cool. And are they isolated like from other people? Like we can talk to them without being overheard unless they're screaming?
Every now and then, somebody will walk out of the mall and pass them, but with enough time that you could be like, all right, shut up, everybody. Shut your fucking mouths, everybody. Don't say another goddamn word. There's people coming. But yeah, you could stop talking in the meantime for the recording.
What?
That was for my editing.
Okay, so
Okay.
Savannah, having never, I think once ever said you need to shut the fuck up, people are coming, stop talking. We'll not do that. No, I think she'll go over there and she's just going to, if like they're sitting on some sort of, you described things to
Bench.
sit on.
Yeah.
Yeah, bench, sure. She'll just kind of slide in next to Chad and then just be like, you can fly that drone pretty high, right?
Yeah. Really high. Higher than they let you buy in the markets, I could probably go to space one day. No big deal.
Okay, speaking of that, we should probably get this thing airborne. We might be looking for something big that's...
Oh, yeah. He pulls it off his back and puts it on the ground, pulls his phone out, and pulls another controller out of his backpack, puts his phone in that. Hey, I'm ready. And it lifts up.
And we kind of have a vague idea of what direction they were heading towards the blade ship, because Dylan watched the hallway that they went through, correct? And it was northeast.
Mm-hmm.
Can we direct them to here, try this, get as high as you can to get as big of a view as you can and check out this sort of quadrant of the city around this area?
Yeah. Gotcha. And he's watching his phone, and you can see there's a camera view, and it goes up. You see the top of the mall, and as it rises higher and higher, you see more of the cityscape, the ocean, and yeah, it flies the northeastern direction. I'm gonna look at. I can even get on the map with you all. And it's flying up and it keeps moving. What are you guys doing?
I'm actually just gonna kind of really quietly to Savannah be like, "Do you want me to go bat or a bird or something and get up?"
Yeah, Savannah's yeah, I think that would be great next steps if we can get one or two people up there.
Okay. Me and Max, you guys have already ordered ice cream, but
Yes.
we'll head up.
And I'm getting close enough to my time limit that I need to demorph.
Perfect. Okay. Zac will. There's got to be like little places around the mall where there's just like dumpsters and cinder block walls.
But yeah,
And
like
can we give them like? We've also just flown a drone over there and could potentially spot some spaces.
as the drone rises and you get like that view of the mall, you can like find a good space. So without even having to roll anything with this viewpoint, you find like behind a dumpster that's probably going to be the best place for you to morph. The only rolls you'll have to make when you get over there are just watching out to make sure nobody comes as you're morphing.
Yeah. Max, you go ahead. I'll cover you.
Yeah. And as those two spread off from you guys, the drone heads further and further north and is just like, by now it's passing over Pacific Towers. He says this thing can go really far. And Bart kind of leans in and he says, what happened? What'd you guys do?
Yeah, we went to underground. We saw some stuff. We listened to some talking. We have a few new ideas. And now we're looking for something really big that's potentially going to be taking off.
He glances to Dylan and then glances back to you and he says, all of you went?
Everyone. Yes, all more capable. And like she's looking around like really quiet, like she doesn't want anyone to overhear this. So if it looks clear, she's gonna say anyone who is more capable went.
He like again, and you see this Dylan too, he glances at you. And
Dylan just looks at him and smiles real big.
He gives a smile, but it's like one of those like fake smiles. He's not trying to. He's not trying to be.
Like that.
Yeah, Oh yeah. And he just looks back to Savannah and he says, "All right," and he sits down on the bench and kind of leans back and lets you go back over Chad's shoulder.
She's not gonna let that kind of sit there. She's gonna look at him and say, "You understand why?"
Yeah, I understand why. Because everybody that's morph, and he like lowers his voice, everybody that could went down there.
Right. Because we needed to be quiet and undetectable. She's like really trying to like she's trying to intuit like, what is he getting more angry or not?
Give me an insight check.
Cool. That one's not disadvantaged. Not that it matters, but she gets advantage on those.
So just like getting a sense of Bart, he does seem. He's in the dark about a lot, and he knows that, but he does seem a little upset. Like, he's not getting more mad, but like he's putting things together. What exactly, you don't know, but yeah, he unless you ask him more questions, he doesn't really pipe up anymore. He doesn't voice any complaints.
I don't think she will in front of everybody else.
And about this time, is you can give me a perception check just to like look out, Zac.
Yes. How? Fail.
So like you're like leaned out and watching back and forth as Max is demorphing behind the dumpster. And like as you're like leaned out and looking one way, you feel a tap on your shoulder. you turn around and there's just a guy there holding a trash bag, and he's like, "Hey, can I help you with something?"
Oh, I'm playing hide and seek with my friends, man. They're blowing my spot right now. Here, I'll just take that.
Dude, you're playing. You're taking, and you take the trash from him, and as you do, you hear a crack from behind the dumpster, and he like looks over that way. What was that? And he starts to walk towards the dumpster, and like he's at the front of the dumpster right now. He puts a hand on it, and he's like trying to go to the back.
Blocking him with my body, but I'm trying to do that thing where it's like you're trying to get around somebody and you keep going the same way.
Yeah.
Only I'm intentionally going the same way as him.
He's like, "Huh, hey man, you didn't hear that?" And he's like keeps trying to like look behind you.
No, I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
Yeah, I think there's like an animal back there or something, and he'll try to push past you, like where you'll have to like actually put some force to stop him, or he'll just go past you.
Has there been anything like enough time for Axe to have morphed?
He's probably demorphed by now.
So he's fully Andalite right now?
Yeah. Or into another morph. He may be like, he's fully demorphed. He may be morphing. He's probably morphed.
So he puts a little pressure on it, you said? Like a little physical force?
Yeah. Well, he's not, but like to stop him, you'd have to force him back.
Hey man, don't crowd me, okay? Back up.
Performance or intimidation?
Performance it is. 23, baby.
All right, let's give. I don't know what kind of roll this would be. I'm just gonna roll a d20.
I don't know either. Good luck, Austin.
Either way, he don't have a plus 11 modifier. I'll tell you that much. He's like, hey, oh, sorry, man. I was just trying to see what was back there. I heard something.
Look, man, if there was an animal back here, I think I'd know. Okay?
How long have you been back here?
Like 5 minutes. I'm really good at hide and seek.
What if that is one of your friends? You could get him.
Why would we be hiding in the same place?
I don't know. Maybe you're not good at it.
I've been Okay. Look, man. Look, I got this, okay? And I'll like try to take the trash bag from him.
Yeah, he lets you have it, and he'll like look at you,
and
for
then I'll
like,
just toss it. I'm gonna like maintain eye contact and toss it into the dumpster.
he like looks, and he looks past you one more time. Kind of shakes his head. Whatever, dude. Didn't mean to offend you. And he like rolls his eyes as he turns to walk away. And then from behind the dumpster shoots a northern harrier just up into the air. And he says, "Look, I told you there was something back there. You said you would know if there was an animal back there, and you didn't see that bird."
Zac is gonna like pretend to be super shocked and be like, "Whoa, I thought I checked really good. You got me, man. You're right. There was an animal back here."
Knew it. And he just walks off. I am in the sky. The only human that is near you, Zac, is leaving.
Yeah. Thanks, bro. Zac will take off his outer layer of clothes and shoes and he's going to try to roll everything up and shove it into one of the shoes. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
You ever done that move at like the beach? And he's going to try to shove the shoes into the little thing on the side of the dumpster that the forks go into.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
Yeah. Just going to try to shove it in there so it's really out of sight.
Mm-hmm.
On the back side of the dumpster, so that on the off chance that the fork thing does come along, it won't push him out.
Give me just a sleight of hand check just to see how well it goes in there. Like, it's no problem to do that.
Not great.
But, like...
a bad job, man.
Yeah, maybe
it's
that...
all coming out.
We'll see what happens. You get it stuffed in there.
All right. I'm just going to take, like, one more look around the side. Is that dude still leaving?
You see the door shut down the hall, down the wall a little ways, down the mall.
Okay. All right, I'll get back behind the dumpster, and I will start to morph Redtail. I think. Let me... Yes, that's right. I forgot what I had for a second.
Yeah.
Actually. So I am gonna morph duck.
Duck? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I haven't done duck,
Mm-hmm.
so I will have to run a check.
Yep.
But I did at least understand that we're looking at possibly having to like chase the blade ship. Did I get a general sense of that? Or the blade ship is what we're looking at?
Looking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go duck.
All right. Roll me a wisdom check.
Wisdom check. Is this button? This one right here.
Do you want to describe the morph?
Yeah. So, Zac is standing there, and the first thing that happens is his body gets kind of like you can see the skin on his face just kind of get greasy. It looks shinier, and then you start to see like his shape kind of goes down and out the back. He gets real thick. Gets a big old boot on the back there. Legs turn yellow.
A
And
dumpster of his own, right?
Yeah,
All
there's
right.
a dumpster behind that dumpster, if you know what I'm saying. Dummy thick. Anyway, he starts to shrink as he sort of elongates backwards. His legs get really short, and then the feathers start to appear. I think the last thing that happens is he's probably got a mostly human face still, but he's almost 90% duck otherwise, and then the face starts to poke out.
Nice. And it's all clear still. You're good for takeoff, as they say on Top Gun, the movie that I watched.
I don't think I can respond. Unless ducks get disadvantage on wisdom checks.
Oh, I forgot about the disadvantage. Nice. Nice, for being honest. You get inspiration whenever you want. You already know. We already said it.
10 still isn't going to beat a 15, so I'm not going to use it.
Yeah. Huh. Oh, no, yeah. You confused me for... Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I'm an idiot.
I mean, look, I can just take it if you want. I could have just let you take that L.
But you did it. You're a good one. But your mind smells some food in this dumpster. And the first thing that you do is flap... you don't smell it. You see the... This is... Alex, this is my world. Ducks can smell in this world.
You're just gonna have to cut all this. I'm so sorry. That coffee's so good. No, it fucking doesn't.
All right, I got a better one.
I have a powerful need to fly south. That's it. I can't help it. I have a burning need to migrate.
There's actually you see a shoestring sticking out of part of this big metal contraption in front of you, and it just looks appealing. So you flap up and grab it with your beak and pull all of your clothes out of the side of the dumpster.
Yeah.
You need to get a hold of yourself. You have just foregone all the work that you just did. You can make another check.
Nothing annoys Zac more and would snap him back to reality more than knowing that he had just wasted a bunch of time. So, this is solid.
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Well, you got 3, right?
No, I got a 7. Oh, I got a 3. No, well, I'm in morph.
Right, but this is for that check. I don't think that's
Fuck.
going to apply
Come on.
to that.
Well, I'm using inspiration then.
Oh, you do have inspiration.
Yes.
Because Alex, I forgot. I was supposed to tell you guys before stream, but Jenna, you got the Viceroy inspiration. There's a last session, but I also during the edit, I was given to give Alex and Nate inspiration also, if you didn't already have it. So you have inspiration. But yeah,
Why?
but Nate, I forgot why. Something you did.
I did it for being. I got it for being really nice to Austin.
Yeah,
Just take it. Just take it, Alex.
Yeah, just write it down.
I can't have it if I didn't earn it.
you did earn
You
it.
can.
You did. You
Yes, you
did
can.
something to earn it.
You
Trust
did.
me. If I had my way about it, you'd always have inspiration. Unfortunately, I'm not the DM.
And this
You
one,
are now. You're
can-
taking
yeah.
over.
Jenna,
Take it.
on you.
Oh no.
Oh no!
All right, fine. I'll do it. Zach, as you're plucking out these rolls of clothes that were in your shoes that you've stuffed into the dumpster, you snap out of it as you see your phone fall out of your jean pocket.
That's what I say in my head.
Do you need some help?
Man, no. I'm gonna try really hard to is my phone face up or face down?
Face down.
I'll try to flip it over.
You flip it over, and luckily it's not cracked.
Do I think I could even reach the dumpster thing to put it back?
I mean, you got wings.
No, but I mean,
With your
could
neck.
if I tried to hold it with my beak, could I reach?
No, probably not.
Could I get it back in my pants pocket?
You can. It may take you about, maybe we'll say 3 to 4 minutes or something like that. But yeah,
I'm not even gonna do that. I'm just gonna slide it under the dumpster.
yeah. You scoot it with your little beak under the dumpster.
Yeah. Feeling every potential scratch on the back of it in my bones, my tiny hollow bones. Right, Alex?
It's a honeycomb structure. It's not
God
just hollow.
damn it, you nerd. Just kidding.
Hollow bones? No, it fucking doesn't.
All right. No, it fucking doesn't. Got me so good. Anyway, all right. It didn't help that y'all were already saying F1 Thicky, so I was already halfway to the giggle zone. All right.
All right.
I try to just take off like a boss, like a raptor would, and I can't, because ducks suck at flying. They suck at starting to fly.
They suck at
So I
takeoff.
get a good running start. I get out, I waddle out from behind the dumpster, and then I just start flapping and flying and try to get up.
You take to the air, and as you do, you see Cameron exit the food court with ice creams in his hand, heading back towards the gazebo.
I give a victorious quack.
He looks up. Oh, a duck.
How good's duck hearing?
Pretty good.
Pretty good. Can I hear Cameron?
Yeah.
Okay. When he says that, I do a barrel roll.
So, just a real quick question. You're a mallard, correct?
Mm.
Is that a green head?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Well, hold
Are
on.
you-
Where did I get the duck morph?
From the gardens.
But was it an exhibit or was it just a wild duck?
It was a wild one, but I think we described it having a green head.
So it's whatever would be native to the area, Alex.
Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and
His duck has a green head. It's a mallard.
Am I a male or female?
well, it doesn't quack. He's got a green head. You are a male.
Oh, okay.
What does it make?
He goes, hey.
Oh, a sick duck.
Yeah, no, it's just a male duck.
Oh. Does he hear that in his head?
Did you just call me a sick duck?
You're a sick duck, bro.
Duck you, man. You're a sick duck. This is a stupid joke, but I like it. All right. Anyway, how many duck jokes are we gonna make this episode? All
Two
right.
duck in a
I
minute.
start fucking hammering it out north, whatever. Northeast? Was it northeast?
Yeah.
It's north something. Well, some direction.
As Cameron walks over and is looking into the sky and approaching the gazebo, he gets there and starts to hands Dylan her ice cream cone first.
Oh, Dylan fully like sprinted out to the middle of the parking lot to meet him.
Hey, Dylan, look, there's a sick duck up there.
Oh. What is that, a mallard?
Yeah. I think. I don't know. Actually, no.
No?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Is it a wood duck?
Yeah. Dylan, I'm just kidding. I don't
Sick.
know. Hey, and then, so he kind of stops here, or say, hang on, I'll be right back. And he runs over, gives Bart and Chad the ice creams, and he says, here, losers, I'll be back. And he runs back to Dylan. And he says, so, hey, how you holding up?
Yeah, I'm mostly just trying not to think about everything.
Yeah. And he kind of gets like going from like that happy look, happy-go-lucky, I got ice cream look. He's kind of like, looks down and he says, yeah, I don't like going down there.
So you've been before?
He nods.
And you, like, willingly went back?
He like will take a deep breath and he'll say, yeah, that's what we got to do now.
Yeah.
I wasn't going to let you all go without me.
Not gonna let us have all the terror. Yeah.
I did see one of my friends, Reese. His dad was down there.
Oh, oh, okay.
Yeah. And his mom. And you see, like, after that little giggle, his smile turns to a frown.
You okay, bud?
Nope. But he shrugs.
Yeah.
Anyways, hey, and he leans in. What's your favorite morph?
Oh man, so far,
Yeah.
horse.
Horse?
Yeah.
Is it fast? I haven't been one of those. It sounds
I'm
fast.
so fast. I'm so fast.
I want one. I think that I'm going to try to get one of those next. But my favorite, polar bear.
Yeah, that's huge.
It is my
I
favorite.
didn't know, like I knew how big they were,
Mm-hmm.
but then it was big.
Yeah. And fat. Well, fatty.
I mean, they're supposed to be, right?
Yeah. I like it. But I really do like my owl morph too. Flying is amazing on its own, but cutting through the night sky and being just untouchable and nothing can hear you. I just love that feeling too. You gotta try. You gotta try dog or dolphin.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we gotta. You know what? Let's convince the adults. And he does a thumb over to the gazebo to let us go do the dolphin stuff, or maybe the orcas that you guys got.
Oh my god! I bet we can.
Yeah, I don't have one,
Oh.
and that's okay. That's okay.
But
No, it's okay.
you've got a dolphin though, right?
Yeah. No, wait.
Oh my god.
I do have an orca. I forgot. I was there. I'm gonna cut that part out.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
It's hard to keep track of how many you got. I don't know. Let me just check.
For Cameron?
Yeah. He doesn't have one.
Not yet.
Yeah, man, I don't have one.
We gotta go back.
Yeah. But I got a dolphin, so that's okay. I don't know. All right. And he takes a bite of his ice cream.
I mean, it's not unheard of for dolphins to swim with orcas.
So nobody would even know.
So some people might, but nobody normal probably.
Well, Savannah, I'm sure, can keep us looking normal when it comes to animals and stuff.
Yeah.
But, hey,
She knows a lot.
there is another
And
reason.
she has like a stupid grin on her face while she eats her ice cream. She's like, she knows a lot about animals.
She does. I don't know. I think she just likes to learn in her free time.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
I wish I was smart.
I wish I had more of this ice cream, but hey, I did want to talk to you for like another little reason. All right.
She like suspiciously side eyes him as she takes another lick of her ice cream.
Dylan, you're on the team now, and we're teammates, right?
Yeah.
So one day, I'm going to ask you for a favor, okay?
And is it a favor I can't refuse?
Yeah, you just got to trust me and agree to it.
I am wholly terrified.
Yeah. I know it's a little andalite-y. I can't tell you about my favor or anything like that, but you trust me. It's going to be a good one. I'm just still setting up the pieces.
All right. I mean, I'm in.
All right. And he like puts his fist out for like a fist bump.
Yeah, she totally fist bumps and blows it up.
Yeah, same. And he makes a big boom, like a loud noise, and like it causes Savannah, Chad, and Bart all to like look over at him. And all right, let's go.
Dylan's just like giggling as they run back.
Savannah, as you're like, this drone has traveled further and further northeast, and it is now above the school, heading and like as it's like looking around, you can give me an investigation check as you're like watching the phone, and you can do it with advantage as Chad's helping you.
11.
As you move over the city, you don't notice anything suspicious. And Zac, you can give me an athletics check with advantage.
Sure.
As like Max creates a headwind for you or something. I don't know.
I'm trying to figure out how to do that, and I can't.
It would be strength if you don't have a.
Okay. I do have a move speed of 60 for flight.
Yeah, you're trying to fly fast to get to wherever. So this
Okay.
is just how fast you're pushing yourself.
How's a nat 20? Is that good?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
As you move, you keep moving faster and faster. In the distance, not too far away, you can see the drone. You can see Chad's drone, and you're catching up to it. You can roll me perception checks.
Cool.
too.
I do have a quick question. Who is holding Chad's ice cream for him?
He's Bart.
Nice. It's very cool of him. Good bro. 21 on perception.
With a 21, as you like get closer and closer to the drone, you look off in the distance. How good are ducks' eyes? Can they see far, or just good in water, or?
I mean, they're pretty good. They have most of their senses, again, like most birds. Their eyesight is very good. I don't know the exact, like, how far they could see, but yeah, they're at least human, probably better than that, especially with sort of visual acuity. And then I'm pretty sure they're dabbling ducks, so they would probably have a lens for underwater.
What would that do as far as like seeing on different spectrums? Like, does it do anything?
So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it
Ducks and
does.
geese can see a broader spectrum.
Most
color
birds
stuff.
can, at least into ultraviolet. Some can see infrared as well.
Okay, so perfect then. As you look off into the distance, you don't see a blade ship taking off. You don't see a ground splitting to let out the ship from the
The
ground, or
basketball court
yeah,
for the fucking the
From the
X-Men
X-Men?
shit to like come.
The SR-71 coming out. Yeah.
you don't see that. You don't see the blade ship anywhere. But as you fly
Great.
over these government buildings and Reese's house, you fly further and further, you see the army base, and your eye catches one of the buildings has like almost like the opacity is kind of turned down just slightly, and you can almost see through it, and it in your vision it's kind of like shimmering, and as you like peer through this this image, this illusion, you do see a bug fighter inside the this projection and on the army base.
Okay. So there's a building. It looks just like all the other buildings, except it's not actually a building. It's just kind of translucent.
And shimmery.
And inside there's
A bug
one
fighter.
bug fighter. Is there anything else in there? Is the bug fighter taking up most of the building floor space?
Yeah, most of
footprint?
it. There are. It is wider. Like the shimmering outside thing is wider. And this bug ship, it's kind of hard to judge how big it is, but you can tell it is bigger than a normal bug ship you've seen. But it does look the same. Bug fighter
Okay.
you've seen.
It's bigger than.
It's bigger than, but the same design.
Okay. Interesting. All right. I like start looking at all the other stuff on base. Is there anything else really weird going on? Like, are any of the planes cloaked? Something else? Is there anything in the hangars? Are any of the people weird?
As you get closer and are paying attention now, go ahead and give me an investigation check.
Yes, sir. I guess I'll do that as Zach because I don't have it for Duck. 17.
17. You do
I'm
not.
really dodging a lot of these fucking low
Yeah.
rolls, y'all.
A lot of crit ones. You don't notice any other shimmers or any other buildings or anything like that, and nothing you can figure out from like the people walking around that is any different. There, every now and then somebody will go in. Like if it takes you maybe 5 minutes to fly like over this place and follow the drone, you've only seen one person go in there. However, the only thing that you see other than that building is there is a line, like a pipe in the ground coming out of this where the bug fighter is. It looks, and like since you can see through this image of like a building, you can see that the hose, this pipe thing, connects directly into the ship.
Okay. So I misspoke. I guess, are there any planes on this base? Because if
Yeah.
it's an army base, they probably won't have any.
There is like a hangar for planes and things like that,
Okay. They have a runway?
but yes.
Okay, and Chad is flying his drone over it?
His drone is avoiding like right over that airspace. You are flying over it. He knows.
Sure.
He knows.
Ducks don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Okay. People are avoiding this building, this shimmery...
They're not avoiding
building.
it. You just only saw one person go into it.
Oh, I did. Okay, I'm keeping an eye on that person.
He went into the bug fighter. Can't see him
Okay.
inside there.
Cool. Got it. So he's a baddie. Okay. Hey, Max, are you seeing all this stuff?
I
You
don't.
see this bug fighter in the building and all that?
Hey, quick aside to Jenna and Alex. Do Northern Harriers see the same as ducks? Like, would he
They're
see
both
the?
water birds.
Like infrared.
Yeah.
Northern Harriers aren't they're the owl looking ones. You're thinking osprey.
Yeah.
But they have the
Oh, yeah, you're right.
yeah, Northern Harriers would also most likely be able to see into infrared spectrum, and they might be, or sorry, ultraviolet spectrum.
So once you point it out to him, he says, "Oh, that is a hologram."
Oh, yeah. Well, I figured it was something like that. There's a tube going into that bug fighter. Would like that be? What is that? Is that just fuel?
Maybe. It could also be water. It could also be electricity. I'm not sure. I would have to look at it, investigate it.
All right. Well, I've not seen any blade ship.
Me neither.
I guess we just keep flying around then.
So as you guys fly further into the northeast, you follow the drone. It makes it out of the city. You're near the observatory, and like kind of as you guys fly further and further past the observatory, you can make another investigation check for Savannah and with advantage, and perception check for Zac with advantage if you don't already have it.
16.
Oh, was that 19, Savannah?
Yeah. 19.
Hey, Jenna.
Yeah.
High or low?
Fuck.
Ah,
Hi.
So, as you're both kind of scanning, like back and forth, one through the screen of the phone, the other with bird eyes.
what do your bird eyes see?
There's a patch of forest kind of off in the distance, and you do, Savannah, you notice on the phone as it like flies over, just skimming, you notice that part of the there's like a cave that's in the middle of this forest, and it does start to like split on hinges almost in part, and you see a platform start to rise out, and you can kind of, Zac, as you're moving forward too, you also see a little bit after the drone spots it, you see like the blade ship raising up above the trees, and then it cloaks itself as it gets above the trees.
Can I still see it even though it's cloaked?
This one's a little different technology, but yeah, you see a shimmer in the air.
Okay. I've got the blade ship. I'm gonna keep following it. I guess they can't hear me at all. I'm way too far away.
Yeah,
But Max can, right?
yeah.
Is Max able to keep up with the duck?
Not for a long time.
I mean, I'm if I remember from my Animorphs reading, that's where all my knowledge comes from. Ducks are like endurance flyers, and birds of prey really aren't.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm
keep up.
following the blade ship.
I will keep up for as long as I can. The blade ship starts to rise into the air, and you start to keep up with it, and then no chance as it takes off into the sky. There's no way you can keep up with it.
I try anyway.
Yeah, you flap hard until it's too far in the distance for you to even see the shimmer anymore.
Okay. Which direction was it going? Like I mark where it was heading and just try to remember that.
It just headed like up and then further north
Okay.
towards Canada.
It's going to Canada.
It's going to Canada.
That's where Visser Three feeds.
Mhm.
He loves Timbits.
He loves. They
Of
made
course.
his own
All right.
for him.
I fucking turn around. Start flying back.
Yeah, I didn't think you would be able to keep up with it, but I was gonna let you try, my friend.
Yeah, turns out ducks are not as fast as spaceships.
Yeah. I have a joke that has to do with that.
Oh,
I saw it on
All
one
right.
of the social media sites of your human internet.
let's hear it, bro.
It said, I recently have just taken an exam, and the results were I am 100% that bitch.
I don't know how that's related to
Yes.
this situation.
Just to lighten the mood,
Oh,
because you could not keep up.
cool. Thanks. Thank you.
Yes.
It's a good joke, man.
Thank you.
And then we're gonna fly back in silence. Yeah.
Yeah, and eventually you meet back up with your friends. You're in the air, and they're at the gazebo finishing ice cream and flying a drone back.
Yeah. What time is it?
This probably took about 30 minutes, so now it's about 4:29.
Okay. I thought it was okay.
Th-
Wasn't it
Yeah,
4:55
yeah.
before?
Sorry, I don't know how to do time. 5:29.
Ducks fly so fast we went back in time.
Yep, you flew around the Earth the wrong way.
Cool. So it's 5:29.
Yeah.
So I'm just in thought speak. I'm just gonna say, hey Van, my clothes are stashed behind this dumpster. Can you please grab them and my phone? And we're gonna have to meet you at the address that's on the last text message I got.
Savannah will walk over to the dumpster, grab his phone, grab his clothes. I did want to ask a question, though, about the drone thing.
Yeah.
So the drone saw the cave split open as well. Could we have said to drop it to get a closer look at what was internally in the cave as it was opening out?
As the duck takes off towards the blade ship, and you do see like this opening starting to close, the drone drops down at when you ask Chad to do it. Roll me a perception check. Okay. And you have disadvantage, right?
Unless I'm being helped.
Well, I'll say, yeah, that's right. He has you on the phone, and he does this. He expands the screen so you can like look closer. What exactly are you looking for down here? Just to see what it looks like?
What it looks like, entryways, internal mechanisms, anything that looks out of place or like potentially we could use it to get in that area.
Okay. So as like the drone is going down, you see in the screen, you see the floor is open space for where the blade ship was docked at. But there is like a ledge and then stairs that lead down to the main floor. And as the you do see like Hork-Bajir and Taxon and humans in there, like walking around the edges of the walls. There's a big open entrance, like a big double door that has those blast doors that you saw blocking it. And then as this opening closes and it just looks like nature again, you do see off to the right of where the closing was and forward so it doesn't interfere with the hinge. The opening is just a small little shack, inconspicuous, like somebody maybe came out here and built it themselves in this little wooded area.
Okay. And anything notable about the shack, like
Um,
other than
just from here, that's all you can see is just that there's a shack near this area.
okay, cool.
Like it's so close to the area, there's no way that
It's unrelated.
somebody would be in there and not see that happen.
Sure. Cool. Okay. Back to, yeah, I'll go get Zach's clothes and his phone. And I assume I know the password?
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Definitely. Zach is, you know it.
Sweet. Yeah, so she'll goop up everything, find his phone.
Yep.
Unlock it.
There is
Google
like
Maps it.
one small scratch down in the bottom corner where the protector is like peeled away, and there's like a little scratch on the screen.
Savannah would try to like wipe it off, see if it was just like dusty.
No.
Aw.
It's
I'm
not
just-
huge.
Zach would definitely have put a liquid protector on. He would not have a plastic sticky one. I'm just saying.
Well, that part that peeled off or something.
What's
You
a
don't-
what is a liquid protector?
You can't
For-
put your phone in liquid.
Are you for it's you get like drops. It's a drop of like resin that you spread out on the phone. I have that for real on my phone.
That's cool. I just didn't
That's a
know.
real
That's
thing. You
cool
should
as
look it
hell.
up. Yeah, it's way better than a plastic protector. It like super hardens the glass. I don't know why they don't just do it at the factory, but
Rude.
anyway, sorry.
And you guys head out from the mall. Where you going?
Yeah. So, can Zach read the message that says the address?
Yeah. If like Savannah's looking at it, I don't see why not.
Okay. Yeah. So he'll just start heading that direction. He knows where it's at. It's near Reese's house.
Mhm.
He'll fly that way and start looking at house numbers on mailboxes.
I think Savannah will hand the phone probably to Cameron or Dylan, whoever, like with the map up, kind of a thing. And then she'll just kind of drop back to talk to Bart a little bit. Bart and Chad, I assume, are both there, but also like the plan. It's also like a hey, we're also looking for a place to like go morph, to go find something. So like just on the way, if there's like forested areas, field areas, so, like anything that seems like it would be a great place to go in and hide and morph.
Yeah, as you guys are walking, there's like you're in mostly like cityscapes, and like this is like where the mall is and all like the fun stuff to do, the water park, your Pacific Towers, all that. But yeah, there's places that you can find, like I don't know, little parks with trees and things like that. But as you guys are going, is there anything you want to do on the way?
Yeah, Savannah will talk to Bart and Chad. Mostly Bart, but I'm assuming Chad will stay there.
He's like putting his drone up and stuff as you do it, as you're talking.
So yeah, just assuming we're walking and talking, I think she'll just say to Bart, like, you've been down there. Like, you know why I wouldn't put you back down there without any protection, right?
He like looks up and looks at you and he says, "Yeah, we've had that conversation. I get it. I understand why. Because I don't have the power. I don't have any way to defend myself, to stop them from taking me and then exposing everything."
Right. You still seem upset?
Well, you promised me if there's a way I could help, if there was a way I could fight, you would let me.
Yeah. And that's why I called you here today,
Yeah,
to help us out.
I get it. And I do appreciate you including me like that. And then he like looks over his shoulder as like Dylan and Cameron are messing with Zach's phone.
She's immediately okay. It's clicking for her, and she's gonna be like, "We didn't give that to her. That wasn't us."
But she has it.
She does, from another source, not from us.
And you don't have any way of giving me that power.
Currently, there is not a way that I think we could risk it to give you that power.
All right. So that's not a direct, like, it is a lie,
It's not
Jason.
a direct lie.
But it's it's deceiving. So
Yeah.
you have to roll a deception check.
Rude as hell.
Ooh.
I said it was rude.
All right. Savannah, if you say so, you've not... I don't feel like you've lied to me yet. So I'll believe you. But I don't know. I guess I'm sorry for the way I've acted in the last 20 minutes or so, because it's not your fault. I was just irritated, and I know it was scary down there, but I want to fight. I don't want to just sit on the sidelines and be a lookout. And I don't know, I just hope you understand that.
I mean, don't. You can act irritated with me. That's fine. I get it. You are irritated. You can just tell me, though. I am not good at guessing.
Well, I'm not really good at, putting all that out there. You spotted it, though.
This time. Not always.
Well, what's next?
I think next we have to go find out some more information from I don't know what. And then we'll move on from there. And also, I don't want you to have to fight, and I know that that's counterintuitive to what you just said. But I don't want to risk you for this. So if I can avoid a fight that you have to join, if I can avoid you fighting, I am going to do that. And I'm sorry. It's not because I'm trying to sideline you. It's because I don't want to have to put you in that position.
Well, he thinks for a second. He just kind of shakes his head at you. And he says, no, you don't get to decide everything for me. I understand that you lead this group, and you do have the authority over how much I can be involved with them, but you don't get to tell me that I can't fight.
Not that you can't. It's not that you can't. And I don't, again, I'm including you. I'm not trying to exclude you. I would rather not create a fight, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I'm not bloodthirsty. But I just don't want... I want to protect this planet too. I want to protect the people that I love. And they did that to me. They brought me down there. And it was scary. And I could curl up, stay inside all day, and just let it eat at me. But I don't want to do that either.
I get that.
We have a deal, Savannah, and I'm keeping the trust in you that you'll keep your end up.
I will. That's why we told you to come here today, because if we had have started a fight, it was to call you in to help us out. We just got lucky.
Well, I'm glad you got lucky.
Me too, but if I didn't, you were here.
Well, maybe if you find a way to directly figure out how to give me that power, that would be awesome. But until then, whatever you need.
All right. Keep working.
And if you guys are going to the bus stop to get there, you can do that. Otherwise, it's going to take you a while. You'll be late.
I think bus stop, unless we find a place to morph and
Oh yeah,
fly out
morph.
there.
I'm sorry. Which you have as you keep moving.
We do have the power.
You do have the power.
Some of you.
Yes, some of you. There's a park with one of those tube slides. Cameron points out. Hey, Cameron. Yeah, he said we can morph in there.
Please don't morph in the tube slide.
It's one of the spinny ones. We could all get in there at the same time. Slide down as birds and fly out.
Yeah, start morph at the top.
Oh, yeah.
Slide. Whew. By the bottom, Cameron.
Hey, see, Savannah? Maybe I should take a crack at being the leader.
Oh, Dylan looks like completely like ashen at that. And she looks at Savannah and looks at Cameron and is like, I did not intend this.
All right, everybody, to the slide.
Oh, hang on. I think we should probably find a more secure location than a slide in an open park.
A kid flies out of the slide and bumps his knee. Shit! And then he said, yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, and she'll keep going.
What is a secure enough place for you guys? You describe it to me as you...
I think in this area, it's going to be like a small, like if there's a little area with like a stand of like trees that are tall enough cover, shrubs where like, you know, you could go through and effectively not see the person passing through because it's dense enough, or
Where the kids go to make out.
Yeah, sure.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't cool enough to do that, Austin,
Me
in high
neither.
school, but thank you for letting me know.
Yeah.
If there's a house that's up for sale, nobody lives there, and there's a shed in the backyard, something like that. If there is sort of, I know earlier there was like a thing where we had a line of fences where all the backyards were fenced in, and there was kind of like a row in the middle that had like grown over shrubs and stuff, and like wasn't like a straight shot, that kind of thing.
Yeah, well, there's the, yeah, one of those things. An abandoned house.
Okay.
With one person sleeping inside, but the shed's open. They're not sleeping.
Is it abandoned, or is there a person inside?
They're sleeping on the floor, and they got a little knapsack next to them, and an open polar
Squatters
pop.
doesn't mean that means the house isn't abandoned if there's squatters there.
Well, it semi-abandoned, not paid for. The guy gets up and he's like, it's not my house, and he leaves.
Come on, Austin.
He's
Commit.
All right, he's in there. He's in there. He throws up. Stands up, and he's awake now, and he looks out in the backyard at the shed.
I didn't mean to commit
so
that
right
hard.
there, yeah.
He blinks his eyes 3 times and then just falls back asleep. Now what do you do?
Hey, do we think that shed is secure enough to morph?
Yeah,
Did we
Great.
notice the guy in the window?
you did, but he passed back out.
Okay.
Right.
I committed.
You sure did.
You guys commit. Morph in the shed. Morph in the shed.
Go into the shed to morph, okay?
All right. Cameron hands Zach's phone to Bart and joins you guys to morph.
Okay, Savannah's gonna let the other two morph first to watch them, keep a lookout, make sure it's clear, and then flop a Rooney.
Roll me a perception check.
I will. Hey, quick question. Can I have advantage on this because I still have Bart and Chad nearby?
Yeah, they're looking around to it the other ways.
That's 7.
You see that guy in the house, and he's just passed out still. That's the only person that is even near.
Okay, yeah. So I fully believe that the coast is clear.
And then, well, an osprey comes out. What else comes out?
A northern harrier.
Ooh. And then as Savannah goes in, what comes out after that?
Falcon.
Falcon. That sounded so like you were saying your favorite mythical animal. Falcon. I know it's real.
A cockatrice.
And about 5 minutes later, you catch up to Zac, who has found the house and is kind of circling near it or above it, whatever you want to be doing, Zac. Hey, Humanimals Group Mall. See the Humanimals Group Tribal. So Savannah, Dylan, and Cameron see Zac and Max as they approach the address.
You were naming the groups. You weren't having a stroke trying to describe the setting. Got it.
Nope, not this time.
Not this time.
And yeah, you're within thought speak range.
All right. Headed to the house. I
Zac,
forgot to look at the Google image.
Hey, by the way, where are we going?
That's a great question. So, a while ago now, some weird robot, and like all of this is like questioning, waiting for Zac to hop in. Some weird like robot guy showed up and said to meet them somewhere to Zac, and now we're going to meet them. Zac's going to meet them. We're all going to be back up in Morph around here waiting to rush in and help if needed.
Yeah, I was thinking I might take Max with me. Is that a terrible idea? Like, take him in with me, like demorphed.
Did they mention knowing anything about the Andalites?
No, I don't remember. I mean, maybe. I think they have to know. If they know about Yeerks and they know that we can morph.
just to remind you guys, he saw you all in the Yeerk pool. He knew that
Yeah.
there were animals down there.
Yeah, but we didn't have Max at that time.
Right. So as far as that, I was just like giving you guys a reminder. He saw you on animal form.
Yeah, but I stepped out of a bush and demorphed in front of him.
True.
So he knows at least about me. But he doesn't know about. Okay, so.
Right, he
There's
doesn't know
no-
our human forms.
He also,
I guess he
That- as
doesn't
far
know
as
about
we know.
Andalites.
and as far as you all know, he doesn't know Andalites either way. He just knows
Okay.
that.
Well, he'll know
Alright.
about Visser 3, so...
That I mean, I meant with your all's group.
Right. Gotcha.
Yeah, I don't know if he knows about Axe, but I assume he does. I mean, I'm just assuming, but there's no concrete either way.
Maximally, what do you think about going in here as yourself?
I am interested in what these beings are. They know what an Andalite is. They know that that at least one of us is morph capable. It may throw them off, if nothing else. Or I could always go in my human form and revert to Andalite if needed. If we don't want to play our hand.
Part of me just kind of wanted to have his tail blade there.
That's what I was thinking. And then they would also know your human disguise as well as your Andalite form. Maybe it'll depend on what we see when we get there, because perhaps you won't have a chance to go in as an Andalite, and we'll need to go in as a human and then demorph. Let's scope it out real quick.
Very well.
So by the time I'm sorry. By the time they see us, I'll have been there for a little bit, right?
Yeah, you've been kind of circling over the house. You haven't seen anybody going in there. I'll take that back. Out of the back door, you see a man in a red shirt with brown hair that you've never seen before. He takes a chihuahua out back, and the chihuahua runs around for a minute, pees on something, goes and kind of sniffs part of the fence, and the man that's watching him just is like smiling the whole time. In your duck form, you see that shimmer again around this man, and he walks back in with the chihuahua. This is like a neighborhood, though. The houses are bigger, the yards are bigger, and set more far, like a little bit further apart. But it is a neighborhood.
Are they at like the top of the cul-de-sac or anything? So there's woods behind the house.
There are actually woods around these houses, but it's like just like a little bit of wooded area that separates the backyards. Can you go back there and demorph and stuff? Yeah. Would it be risky walking through any yard or out of the woods with an Andalite? Also, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So the yard's not backed up to the woods, I guess is what I was trying to say. Yeah, so then I'm gonna I'll thought speak back and be like, yeah, I think we might honestly have to go in and morph. I don't know where we're gonna demorph to get in here.
All right. I don't mind the Aximili plan having him with you because then, at the very least, we can continue with this. We have Andalites and confusion that we're doing. But yeah, I think Aximili will have to go in human form. Assuming that we are there and can like see kind of the same sort of thing now.
You can't. I'll say this. Come in, if you demorphed in the woods, it would be suspicious if an Andalite walked out of these woods and into a yard. It
Right.
might not be suspicious if Zac did, is what I'm saying.
Right. If Zac and Aximili in human form did, correct?
Right. That would work as well.
That's what we're aiming for. I just wasn't sure that like the mall crew, I think is what you called us, was there yet.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys are there looking around as well.
Okay, great. Yeah, that's what I wanted to confirm. That I wasn't just.
Aximili will.
So go ahead.
He'll say, I can always go in this form with you, Zac, and demorph in there. Then they wouldn't see my human form.
Yeah, I was gonna say like we could just go in as birds. Like they know we're morph capable. They know they're expecting us.
I don't think we are all going in there. I think we are
No,
sending.
I meant me and Max.
Okay.
Yeah, we just land on
Alright.
the back porch and say, "Hey, man, let us in,"
Yeah,
and then we'll
you've
go
already
in.
revealed yourself to them, so I guess no more harm can come from this.
Unless you want me to go in as human. I'm just asking.
Seems fine to me if they're already expecting you to demorph.
Okay. It just seems a little bit less risky to just go ahead and get in there.
Okay. And if you have Aximili, you can stay in thought speak contact with us. So if you guys need help, we'll be here, ready to rush in.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So, is Mall Crew also back? Like, are they in the area now?
Everybody is flying a safe distance away from the other birds, so they don't look like a group, but within thought.
All right. So I'm gonna try to. Tell me how ThoughtSpeak works in this. Like, can I just send a message to Xander?
Yeah, you can try.
Okay.
What do you say?
Because I don't know where he's at and whatever. So, hey Xander, we're here. If you can hear this, like head out in the backyard.
A little bit of time goes past, not maybe 2 minutes, maybe, and the back door opens and out walks Xander. And a chihuahua runs past him back out into the yard and is doing zoomies.
Do you might want to put the dog in?
He like looks around and you hear him say, come back in, Tino. And Tino runs back in through Xander's legs back into the house.
All right, Max, let's go. That was a private thought speak just to him.
As he's flying circles above you, he tilts his wings and starts to drop down in like a spiral towards the yard.
Yeah, I'll try to land back there as well.
Mm-hmm. You both land and you see a tall, dark-skinned man with long black hair over for some reason he's wearing this green coat in California that hangs down past his knees, and he smiles as you two land in front of him. A friend.
Yeah. You want to let us in?
Yeah, he steps away and like gestures towards the door for you. Will anyone else be joining us?
No, this is it. And this is public thought speak. This is to the rest of the team as well.
Mm-hmm. Max.
Yeah, so I will waddle in. Yeah.
Same. Max walks.
Little duck butt going.
And Savannah, as you see the duck butt enter the tail feathers what is it called? Like a little swoop of spike of tail feathers on the end.
Yeah, the little curly feather.
Mm-hmm. Disappear inside, and Xander walks in and closes the door. All right, we're gonna get back to you in a second, Zac. I want to find out how these guys set up outside. So, Maul team.
Mall team.
Molumals.
Molumals. All right. Savannah
The
is
molecules.
going to. No, goddamn the Molotov cocktails. God damn it.
Nice,
Okay, no,
nice.
no more, no
No.
more team names.
No one.
Wait, Maltese Falcon. All right.
Oh, that's very good. Fuck. Okay. Anyways,
I had another one. I'm shutting up.
no, do it.
Malt liquor. Go ahead.
Mall team like God. Fucking. I hate.
We
hate
get
it.
in the
God
loop.
damn it. Yeah. Savannah will say. What is everybody? Dylan's Northern Harrier.
Osprey.
Cameron's Osprey. Savannah's Falcon. Okay. All right. How do we want to do this? I'm going to say, Savannah will say, I will stay up here as the Falcon and watch out. Can the two of you get on the ground and demorphed, ready to go? I'll watch out so that nobody comes near you.
Can do. And Dylan swoops down into the trees.
I'll go to the other side. And he goes like to the other side of the yard in the trees.
And Savannah's watching over them, making sure nobody's approaching, making sure they seem hidden, all that jazz.
Savannah, you can go ahead and give me a perception check.
Relying on sight or sound.
Yeah.
That's a 16.
You look around and you do see neighbors out. You see, somebody mowing their grass. None of them in the houses that are adjacent to this house. You do look a little further and see Reese's house. And it just, it doesn't, there's nothing going on there. It just worth noting that you see it. Nobody in the woods, though, that you can see. And where Cameron and Dylan land, it looks pretty safe for them to be able to demorph, and nobody's seeing them.
Okay. So Savannah will let them know, like, all right, you guys look safe to demorph and just stay hidden.
We won't be able to talk, which I'm sure you already know, Savannah, but maybe let us know when we need to morph. If we need to morph.
I will. And if you talk from this distance, I should still be able to hear you.
I always forget that.
Do you want us to try and get in close to the house?
No, stay where you are. Just be ready to go to battle morphs.
Got it.
And you see Cameron start to demorph.
And Dylan.
All right. Zac,
What's up?
you walk in this house,
Yeah.
and it looks like a normal house, except there's two birds, a bird of prey and a duck in here. It's honestly got a similar floor plan at least to what you see as your house, like as far as the living room and the kitchen are, but it's a little bit more like expansive, and it's bigger, has more rooms and stuff. Dining room, kitchen, living room. In the kitchen, there's even a box of Wheaties that's left sitting out on the kitchen table. And you see Tino, the small little chihuahua, laying on a chair. And he raises his head as he sees these birds come into his house.
All right. So first thing I'm going to do, in thought speak to all the humanimals, but I'm talking to Max, but it's to everybody, so everybody can hear it. All right, Max, I'm going to demorph first. You stay as your Harrier. When I'm done demorphing, then I'll cover you while you demorph.
Yes.
But you can actually do a little bit of damage in that body. I can't do anything as this, so I'm going to get out of this first. And then I'll start demorphing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, as your body grows and changes shape, Xander watches you, his look not changing. He just smiles.
I'm facing him as I do it, and Is he the only person in this room?
He's the only one
here. But,
yeah, Tino's
okay. Tino.
Tino.
Totino's Pizza Rolls. Got it. Yeah, so I'm just watching him, and like, as soon as I'm big enough to like be threatening at all, I don't know. I'm ready. Zac looks ready.
All right, give me an intimidation check with disadvantage, but...
Yeah, no kidding, right? What, you mean morphing from a duck isn't...
to some people.
Intimidating?
Just start, like, thought speak. Quack, 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 quack.
It's an 11.
I swear I'll give y'all all advantage for a whole episode if you... Never mind. I was gonna say if you could coward. Get the quack and the mighty flying V going in it or something, but nah. Sorry, can't make that commitment. Damn
it's gonna feel great just to not be exhausted.
I mean, you look as intimidating as you feel you can as you're standing at his waist, puffing your your mouth forming duck chest up at him. Yeah, you put your wings up as like little dukes. But yeah, about 45, almost a minute later, you finish your morph as you are a little bit exhausted as you breathe heavy coming out of it.
All right. Go ahead, Max.
You see the Northern Harrier head look up at you, cock a little bit, and then nod, and two stalk eyes start to grow out of it. And yeah, a little while later, there's an Andalite standing, stalk eyes moving around, and his head looking back and forth. And Xander will look at you. He says, "Are you ready?"
Yeah, we showed you ours. You gonna show me yours?
He smiles at that. Like, yeah, come with me. And he walks to a door in the kitchen and opens it, and you see it's stairs that lead down. And he looks over his shoulder at you, looks back down, and starts taking some steps.
So, we're just gonna go in your basement? Is that?
Yes.
That's really all right. That's a weird start, bro.
He smiles and keeps moving.
Zac, like, really quick turns and looks at Max, like, in the face. And tries to say with a look, like, let them know where we're going.
We are entering the basement. Savannah, you hear, everybody hears it.
Yeah.
Cool.
Can you
Do I hear it too?
Descriptors as you go?
I will. And from this point on, Max is giving information to the rest of the humanimals. If
you just may not repeat it.
Right.
Yeah, okay. All right. Deep breath, and I'll start down the stairs.
I do not know how that will help, but I trust you. And you see the slits in his face expand.
No, he just takes a deep breath. I didn't say it out loud.
Oh. And you head down the steps, and you get down there and are in the middle of the floor. And before you like get a chance to look around, Xander looks over his shoulder, looks back at you, and he says, "Please do not be afraid." And then you feel a slight jerk and a dropping feeling, like you get when you're like on a roller coaster or an elevator. And then you realize the ceiling is getting higher and higher. No, wait. You're actually getting lower, and you're going down. And this kind of makes Aximili tense up, and he like looks around. But it doesn't last long. It seems like you drop for about 4 or 5 floors, and then with a slight lurch, the basement elevator stops. And as the basement was moving down and you're looking around, the walls of the basement are hung with tools and garden hoses and rakes and a hoe. And as you stop, the wall with these things hanging on it begins to pixelate. And then fall away into nothingness, revealing a hallway and at the end is this lit golden light of a blank wall. And Xander looks back at you again and says, "This way." And he heads down the hallway.
Okay. Yeah, I'll follow him.
This hallway, it stretches about 50 feet. It's not real long. And yeah, there's just a golden blank light wall at the end. And as you all approach it, it pixelates and starts to fall apart as well down to the ground. And as it finishes, what you see next is kind of amazing. You see and you step out with Xander out of the hallway onto springy grass. Overhead, maybe 100 feet up, there's this glowing orb like a sun. And that's where this yellow light seems to be coming from. Stretched out before you for more than the length of 3 football fields is this sort of park. There's trees, grasses, streams, flowers, butterflies flying, and jerkily bees buzzing from flower to flower, squirrels racing up and down the trees. And walking amongst them are these androids. Machines that are made of steel and something else that's white. The androids have mouths that are almost like muzzles, and with these clumsy looking legs and stubby fingers. Along with the presence of at least half a dozen of these androids, the presence of these half a dozen of these androids isn't the most shocking thing. What's really shocking is that there's hundreds, maybe even 1,000 dogs. Normal, everyday Earth dogs. Every breed and half-breed that you can imagine, running in packs, yipping, yapping, bow-wowing, howling, growling, roughing dogs. They're chasing squirrels. They're smelling each other. And they're generally having a great old time. Xander says, "I guess you're probably a little surprised."
No, this is exactly what I was expecting.
He laughs at that and he says, "Well, don't worry. You're welcome here." And then his body pixelates and drops away from around him. And he's also one of these androids, as you've seen before, Zac. You real quick, Nate, give me a history check.
History check. That's a weird one. Nat 20, baby.
Ooh, and it's no denying. This thing.
Oh, what's it? 14, actually.
Oh, because you had disadvantage?
Yeah, because I'm exhausted.
You know what?
Yeah, that's right.
You're
Put it back down.
You're in such shock right now. The 14 is going to pass anyway. I'm going to give you the nat 20 anyway.
Okay.
Fuck it.
You're the DM dog. You do whatever you want.
Yeah. And if you got a problem with it, take it up with the president.
Joseph Biden?
Yeah. No, the president of... he gestures for... No.
President of these nuts? Anyway.
This bot, this android, it reminds you, not only does it remind you, it's almost a splitting image, in fact, of what the Egyptian god or gods would look like, the Anubis. It kind of looks like that.
Interesting.
And then he says, "You have nothing to fear. We are the Chee."
Okay, what are the Chee?
He kind of gestures you to follow him, and he starts to walk towards a tree.
A Chee?
A tree.
Okay. Zac follows.
And he brings you over beneath this tree, and there's a stream that trickles by a few feet away. And then suddenly a wall of silence engulfs you. And like, it's not completely silent. You still hear like muffles, but it seems like everything around you's been turned down. And the hologram of Xander reappears around him. And he says, we are Chee. We are androids. And I believe you've trusted me with your secret. And I will not lie to you. We want your help. But we understand that you need to trust us first. So I will tell you our story, if you'll allow me.
Go for it.
And, you know, say what you want about Xander, but this guy knows how to tell a story. Images all around you appear, and you're no longer on Earth. There's two suns in the sky. One small and almost red. The other 4 times as big as Earth's sun in a deeper gold. The trees and flowers and grasses around are definitely nothing that's ever grown on Earth. The trunks of the trees are green and smooth. Instead of leaves, the branches just keep splitting into ever smaller branches and twigs and grow gradually from green to silver to a brilliant shade of pink. And these pink twigs are all intertwined so that from a distance, the trees look like huge balls of pink steel wool. They're no larger than Earth trees, but what is really huge are the mushrooms. At least they look like mushrooms. Half as large as the trees themselves. Messy nests of some leathery, leaping, 3-legged animals seem to be perched on the mushrooms. There's all kinds of animals around. Just each one of them is stranger than the last. But the main creature that you see is this 2-legged animal that stands maybe 4 feet tall. Long, floppy ears and a muzzle, like a dog. It does look weirdly like a dog walking on its hind legs. In fact, it kind of looks a little bit like Xander when he dropped his hologram. And Xander says, these are our creators. They were known as Pamelites. 100,000 years before the Andalites learned to make fire, the Pamelites were capable of faster than light travel. Zac, you see Max's tail blade twitch. Of course, the humans were just hairy apes when the Pamelites first visited Earth. The Pamelites were not interested in conquest or interfering in the lives of other planets, and they enjoyed life. And Xander smiles. They loved to play. They loved games and jokes and laughter. And they had been a fully evolved race for so long that the harsher instincts were gone from them. They had no evil in their hearts. They had no evil in their souls. Zac, you're getting like a deep sense of calm about this place. Like one of those Zen gardens or something like that. It just feels peaceful. Peaceful, but not like dead or tired or boring or anything like that. Just everywhere you look, you see Pamelites jumping around, chasing, playing, and making odd chuck, chuck, chuck noises that must have been some kind of laughter. The scene around you changes like a movie. It flashes forward. And now, mingled with the Pamelites are androids like Xander. And they look vaguely similar now that you're like looking at them right next to each other. Xander says, we were toys originally. The Pamelites made us to play with. They called us Chee. It's the word that means friend. They also had work for us to do, but they created us mostly as companions. An artificial race, yes, but not a race of mechanical slaves. Zac, you look at Xander and you know that this now around him is a hologram, but there's tears in his holographic eyes, and you know that he has to make that happen. And his voice gets more solemn. We were their friends and equals and companions. They taught us to laugh and play. They loved it when they were able to create androids who could tell jokes. And there was a celebration that lasted a year. You see a blinding flash of red light as a beam flashes through the air, slices the ground open that's right in front of you, like some insane plow tearing up the earth. It incinerated that pink Brillo pad tree and the huge mushrooms. And then Xander says, and then the Howlers came. They suddenly popped out of zero space. Thousands of powerful ships. They come from clear outside the galaxy. The Pemelites had no idea who they were and never found out what the Howlers wanted. The Howlers made no demands. They just attacked. Maybe that is all they wanted, to destroy. What you see next, Zach, is horrifying. It's like a film of a war that you had to watch, where people are just being slaughtered. The Pemelites are being hunted from the air. Their space stations blown apart. Ships sliced open, and helpless Pemelites left adrift through the cold, dead space. The scenes of massacre just go on and on and on. Almost the entire race of Pemelites was wiped out. A few hundred Chee and a few hundred Pemelites left the planet, escaping in a single ship, just seconds ahead of a new wave of Howler attacks. We escaped into zero space. We had no plan, no idea what to do. The Pemelites have forgotten the ways of conflict and war. They were just creatures of peace. They've forgotten that there could be such a thing as pure evil. They didn't have any real way to defend themselves. So they ran. We ran for our lives through zero space. We discovered that the Howlers had achieved a special revenge, though. The Pemelites began to become sick. They began to die. The Howlers had unleashed germ weapons, and the Pemelites were doomed. But we Chee, we androids, weren't affected. The seam around you becomes the inside of a spaceship. There's a Chee looking helplessly while one of their creators, the Pemelites, retches in pain on a bed. Xander says, then we remembered a planet similar to our own, but very far from our home, and the Howlers. It had only one sun, and the light was pale, but there were trees and grass and wonderful oceans. Earth. The Pemelites had not visited Earth in 50,000 years, and at that time, everything had changed. The wandering tribes of primates had created cities. They had domesticated animals. They were planting crops. We landed on Earth with just 6 Pemelites clinging to life. The hologram around you disappears, and you're back in the normal area that you were in before, wide park with earth trees and earth plants, dogs everywhere. Xander says, we could not save the Pemelites. They would die. But we could try and rescue some part of them. We had hoped we could keep their hearts, their souls alive somehow. We looked for an earth species we could use to harbor the essence of the Pemelites, their decency, their kindness, their playfulness and love. And he looks back and forth from you to Max, and he says, wolves. They look like the Pemelites themselves. We grafted the essence of them into the wolf species, and from that union, he looks around and gestures to all the many dogs running around, and he says, dogs were created. To this day, most dogs carry within them the essence of the Pemelites. Not all, but most. Wherever you see a dog playing, chasing a stick, running around barking for the sheer joy of life, you see the remnants of the race of Pemelites. They are our joy, because they remind us of a world without evil, the world we lost. We're all that's left of the Pemelite technology genius, the Chee. The dogs of Earth are all that's left of the Pemalite souls. And then he just looks as he's finished his story.
So how can we help you?
He takes a deep breath and he goes to start talking more. Or he goes to talk some more. And another android enters this sound bubble. And he says, "You fool. What have you done? What have you shown them?" He says. "Everything." Hang on. He says, "Yeah, everything." This is Xander talking now. "Everything. We watched our creators perish, Eric. The Howlers annihilated them. I won't sit by and let the dogs and humans suffer the same fate." "We are Chee. We do not fight," says the new android. He turns to the group. Or he turns to Zac and Max. My human name is Eric King. I do not mean to seem angry towards you humans or towards you, my human and Andalite friend. Xander did not tell us that this was happening. We need them, Eric. He looks back to you, Zac. We need your help retrieving something from the Yeerks.
Okay. And you can't do it yourself?
We cannot commit any violence. It's in our programming. And it would take... There's no way for me to get in there. There's no way for any of us to get in there.
All this hologram technology, you can't infiltrate anything?
Not if it would lead to direct violence. So if we were to sneak past a Yeerk guard, and he was killed because of it, we cannot do that.
Okay, but you want to send us into a place where we might get killed.
He looks to Eric and he says, the programming is flawed.
He broke it. Sorry, it's fucked up. I can't do it.
Eric looks back to him and he says, "Exactly why we shouldn't break the programming." And he said, Xander says, "I can't sit back any longer." And he looks to you and he says, "I can tell you, I can give you the information. What you choose to do with it is up to you."
Okay.
Right before he starts to talk again, Eric puts a hand on his shoulder and he says, "Do not do this, Xander." And he looks back to Eric and he says, "We have no other choice. More people will be hurt. More people will be taken captured. This is the logical choice." And he looks back to you. And he says, "The Yeerks have what's called a Pemalite crystal. And they're close to unlocking its potential." He kind of like gestures around. If they can figure that out, they have access to advanced technology that even your Andalite friend, it even surpasses his knowledge and his people's knowledge. Doubtful. And then he says, "About a month. That's when we believe that they will figure out how to use the crystal."
Okay.
They will use it, these chains, they're crystal chains. And if they unlock the potential, they can log into. They can hack the internet and create a fire sale on all computers, crashing them and rebooting them, so that they can reconnect and hack into any satellite that they can control. They can control any satellite, and it will not be hard with the Pemalite crystals. They can tap into phones, computers. The reach will be endless.
So you're okay. In standard, what Android protocol? I guess you're a program like hardline. You can't do any violence.
Correct.
Can't allow any violence to occur.
Correct.
So, if the Yeerks unlock the Pemalite crystals' potential and hack the satellites, what are they going to do with it?
Use it to take over the world.
Sounds like causing a lot of violence.
Correct.
So you can't allow that to happen.
Correct. You see why we're at an impasse here.
Yeah. How does a group of teenagers help here?
We believe that you may be able to sneak in.
Because we can morph, bro. You can
Correct.
go invisible.
There's a
I
group
bet
of
you can
you.
go invisible right now. Go invisible.
There are other things that will detect me. I cannot fly. There are pressure-sensitive plates. There's no
Pressure.
easy way into the room. Even
Okay.
I could hack my way, but I would still set off alarms.
All right, man. So you need us to go get this thing.
Correct. These.
I have to talk to the rest of the team. I can't commit.
So there is more. That would be. The more, I believe, a better chance that you would have to do this. More help, the better.
Zac kind of says "fuck" under his breath.
If you would like, you may rendezvous with your team. Either bring them all back or you come back alone. And I will give you further, or I can give you further information now if you want. It's up to you.
You know what? Yeah. If we help you with this, how can you help us in the future?
He looks at you, and he does kind of look down, and his hologram looks ashamed at this. But he says, the Pemalite crystals not only would allow the Yeerks to control almost all human technology, they would also allow me, or more of us, to change our programming to where we could fight.
Okay. But I mean, are you even fight capable? Like what can you even do? You can't fly, you already said.
Correct. These bodies are very strong. Almost it would be very hard for human weaponry to damage these bodies, as well as Yeerk.
All right, so give me the scale, right? Are you like Data from Star Trek? Or are you like Terminator? Where are you at?
The hologram smiles and he says, I am more like Gandhi, but in my full form, or in my unlocked potential, the Terminator.
Okay. And he coughs.
He coughs and dies.
Perfect. Get me out of this conversation.
The crystal strands, as we call them, are orbs of crystals and connected with one bigger one in the middle, a larger one in the middle. There were 4 around the world. They were scattered years ago, hidden, but Most of them have been discovered by now, and we only know the location of 2 of them. The one the Yeerks have, and another in a pyramid in Egypt.
Cool.
The strand that we know about that the Yeerks have is held in a military base. It's inside a building that's disguised to look like any other building on the compound, but it's actually a Yeerk ship with a projected illusion around it.
Yeah, I've seen it.
He looks surprised at that. You've seen it.
Yeah.
Then you're already ahead of the game. You know where it's at. In the military base.
Can we just steal the ship? Or do we gotta get in the ship, get the thing out, and leave? Like, how?
Well, I guess you could steal the ship, but you would need to get into the ship to steal it.
Thanks. I
There are
got that part, yeah.
there are Yeerk defenses in the ship, and everything seems to be pressure sealed so that there's no way even a bug could squeeze through. The walls and windows are all reinforced. It is a spaceship. The entrance is, from what we've gathered, is guarded by 3 controllers. Each entrance is equipped with what's called a Gleep biofilter. It detects if there is a Yeerk or not in the brain. And if not, well, don't find out. If not, it'll zap you. Not be good.
So we have to have a Yeerk to even get on the ship?
Well, to get in through the main entrances, you do. But
There's a fuel line
a fuel line.
or something. I don't know. There's some kind of pipe attached to the ship. We might be able to get in that way. I'll have to do some recon.
That may be.
I'm not agreeing to this, by the way. I'm
Right.
saying if this is something that we go for,
And
you're setting us up for a lot of work.
I agree. And
We, have a kind of a whole war fighting thing to do.
hopefully, if this is a success, it will grant you allies, more allies in the war, and me at
That's
least.
why we're considering it.
I figure if I give you all this information, you can go back and make a better decision with your group. There will most likely be more controllers guarding the area. I know that there are red sashed Hork-Bajirs stationed in there, and the ship is most likely littered with other Hork-Bajir attacks and human controllers. They do have patrols that circle the area every so often, and I believe on some of the roofs surrounding the area, they may station controllers with rifles. And you do remember back, Zac, you didn't see any on the roofs while you were looking, though. So take that as you will. And from what we've been able to gather, I've never been in the ship, but from what I've been able to gather, the chamber where the crystal strand is held, the walls and the floors are pressure sensitive, and if depressed or too much pressure is put on them, alarms will sound and a shock wave will be emitted. The room is pitch black. If any light is shown in the room, alarms will go off. They're thin wires strung around the room in different angles. No gaps bigger than a foot. If any of the lines are slightly touched, alarms go off. The fuel line that you were talking about, that may be a way to get in. It would have to be letting something in or pushing something out, correct? So maybe
Zac shrugs.
that may be that seems correct. Axe says, and he'll say that may be the way to go. That may be something to investigate at least.
All right. You've given us a lot to think about. Do you have any other information for us that'd be really helpful? Or
I believe that is all the information that we have gathered. If you have any questions, I could answer those.
I'll call you.
Or you can call.
Okay. Well, how do we get out of here?
He smiles and he like looks at Eric. Eric shakes his head and walks away, but then he'll like stand up and like gesture back towards where you came, where that opening is in the wall. And you notice, actually give me a perception check real quick.
Three.
You don't notice anything, sorry.
I don't know.
I didn't mean
shit.
that.
What about Max? Does Max notice anything?
He'll give you advantage as he helps you, but
Oh, great. I got a 4.
yeah.
Thanks.
Anything I can do to not have to pull up his sheet and roll, I guess. But yeah, he'll lead you back out. And
So, actually, really fast, Max has been conveying all this. Is there anything
I was just about
that
to ask,
the rest
did
of the
he
group
lose
wants
contact?
us to say?
okay, yes, he did. He
That's what I
lost.
figured.
He lost contact when he got to the basement, and I had it in my head to say that, and I forgot until I got there.
It's okay. I figured,
Mhm.
and I
Nice
assumed.
job. Inspiration again. Oh wait, you already have it. Shit. Sorry.
It's okay. This could be the reason.
Yeah.
And Savannah will have sent in
Oh,
Cameron and
all right,
Dylan.
let's cut
and
back
then
out.
eventually herself.
Let's cut back out then. It's been about 5 to. Well, would you even wait 10 minutes with no contact?
Depends on what the last thing accidentally said was.
We're going
going
down
into a
into the basement.
Not 10 minutes.
All right. So, whenever you start to feel antsy, you go ahead.
Cameron, I think it's time for you to go to Battle Morph and go in.
Hell yeah.
I've got you covered.
And Dylan, you can kind of see like Cameron's figure duck down, like lower, and then eventually like, after like 20 seconds, there's this bigger hulking form emerging from the bushes.
Dylan, get morphed, but don't move.
Got it. And she's gonna start to morph.
What do you want to describe your morph, Dylan?
Austin, check your Discord.
Oh,
Yeah, what are you doing? Running a game when you should
Sorry.
be answering our messages?
do you know how that works?
Nope.
All right, you can still morph, and
Okay.
nothing's gonna happen right now.
All right, cool.
The spookiest shit you could have said.
You know how that works? Nope.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. So Dylan is going to, having not ever done this before, go tiger.
Nice.
Ooh, hell yeah! You want to describe it?
Yeah, I think that she leans forward on all, she's just been sitting on the ground hanging out, and she just leans forward on all fours, and her body just starts to elongate, and her feet start turning into paws, and the claws just kind of like push the dirt back as the rest of her body stretches out, and her head gets all cute and rounded, and she gets those cute little ears, but she does look menacing as fuck. And then last, her little tail just, and she's so low.
Oh my god, I'm picturing the tiger outside of like a backyard just stalking. That's fucking so.
Little tail going like this.
And all right, here I go. And over the back fence, a polar bear leaps out of the woods and bounds across the yard as fast as he can. And when he gets to the back door, it blows inside. As Zac, as you're coming up the steps. Yeah. No, wait. This is too far.
We were in the basement a long time. Yeah.
So the door flies inside. Savannah, you can see this as you're still kind of circling around. And he's in there, and a chihuahua pisses on the fucking kitchen floor. And
Of course it does.
Do I need to make a wisdom?
Oh, yeah. And as you're in the back stalking and you watch this bear bound across the yard, Dylan, make a wisdom check. With advantage.
Roll good.
Zac, I'm going to roll your tigers because it was the first one that came up.
That's fine. Good.
You
Okay.
you want to jump out and just either this is whatever's in your tiger brain. Either play with the polar bear or see if you could like get it down or beat it in a fight. Also, you see that chihuahua,
Smell that little dog.
yeah, and it looks like that would
Snack.
be good. But Dylan loves dogs, so she pushes that tiger brain down. And yeah, as you see Cameron like slide to a stop when he gets into like this tiled floor in the kitchen and just like look around. And then you just see a man in a red shirt step from like to the right of where the door was and wrap this polar bear, spread his hands around him. And Cameron just seems to like, what? I can't fucking move. Something's got me.
Dylan is immediately going to think, do you want me to go?
Yeah, go in. I'll be in behind you.
Bolts.
And you see the man holding Cameron about 5 feet in this doorway, and you're bounding towards him.
She's going to pounce as soon as she can.
Roll me an attack roll with advantage.
Real quick, when you're editing this, can you put the National Geographic music behind it? Behind the majestic running and pouncing?
I will.
Let's see. Let's do that one. Oh!
With advantage, too.
Uh-oh.
You
Uh-oh.
roll damage as your tiger claw breaks across the back of this man.
Oh my god, how do I roll damage on this one?
You just hit attack in the chat. Like the word attack in the chat box. There you go.
Sweet.
You feel your fingers dig into something and pull down, but then they get caught. We'll say your middle claw of your paw gets caught and breaks off as you pull your hand away.
You just hear like a low rumble coming from Dylan.
And he kind of like looks over his shoulder and sees you, and he says, there's no need. There's no need to be aggressive.
She's going to think it Zac and ask, are you guys good? You got this? What's going on?
Nothing comes back.
She's going to bite.
Hey, give me another attack. This one will be with disadvantage as you see this guy's form start to shimmer. Oh, and you go to like bite him, and like he moves out of the way, and your body's kind of crouched, and he kind of gently raises his foot up and puts it on your back, and like you struggle and you can't stand. Like this foot feels like it weighs. It feels like it weighs 1,000 pounds if you like try to push up, but you like aren't getting hurt. It's like just enough to keep you down.
She lets out like just a feral snarl, and she says, "You let him go."
I will let everyone go. Just please stop attacking. Savannah, are you doing anything
She could hear this probably happening,
Yes.
right? So Savannah had landed to start to demorph to go to a battle morph, but I think once the guys started talking, she'll just revert back to her peregrine and just fly in there and be like, let them go.
You can give me a persuasion check, but it will be with disadvantage. Well, you already have it. Oh, no, you don't.
Bro.
He looks up at you and he says, yes, I will let everyone go. Just wait. Please, just wait. And he, like, kind of looks
For what?
around. I just don't want anyone to ruin anything in here, break things. What? I don't even know why you all slammed in here. This polar bear.
You have our friends.
Oh, the
Let
ones.
them go, and we won't ruin your stuff.
I apologize. You mean the ones that Xander brought in?
Yes.
They are in no danger. Listen, I'm gonna let your friends go.
Prove it. Prove that they're in no danger.
He like looks around and he says, and like as he's kind of thinking like how can he get a hold of these people or figure out whatever, that's about when Zac, you're heading back towards the basement, and as you get into like the basement floor, the wall repixelates and you see all the gardening tools and the floor begins to raise again, and he says, Zac, I don't mean to put you in a dangerous position, and I know all of this is a big shock, but I really do believe we could help the war efforts. And as like he says that, you hear a blood-curdling roar from that sounds like a tiger coming from up above. And a couple seconds later, the floor locks back into place. Max looks at you.
Yeah, I know, man. Like I said, we're gonna think about it.
Max bounds up the steps. There's danger.
Yeah, Zac's trying to play it cool. He kind of looks at Xander and then looks where Max went and then starts morphing orangutan.
As like you guys are having this conversation, Savannah, and Anda like pops out of a door that's in the kitchen, tail blade cocked and ready, and you hear crunching and bones and organs slooshing around from behind him as he bounds closer and closer, and his tail blade goes to this man's neck. Release my friends. And Savannah, you see Aximili now, and he says, "See, I told you they were fine."
Aximili, are you okay?
I am. Are you all okay?
Yeah, we were coming to get you.
Yeah, this motherfucker won't let me go. Other than that,
Are you gonna put Cameron down now?
he like as an orangutan is like coming up the steps, orangutan human.
Oh no, I was gonna like put Xander in a headlock.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
he starts to move towards the steps as you're morphing.
Okay, well then I'm gonna jump on his back.
He's like, ugh. It just carries you. He's like, yes, hop on.
Fuck. I'm doing this, and he's like, okay.
And
What a weird game.
a couple of seconds later, as you say that, Savannah, you see Xander with an morphing orangutan on his back, and when this guy holding Cameron sees him,
I got him. I got him, Savannah.
What is going on?
the man does let go of Cameron and lifts his foot off Dylan.
Dylan's just like angry, tail swishing and hissing.
Yeah, and intimidating behind her. There's a pacing back and forth polar bear backing up Dylan, and
so he lets them go, and Zac will be like, "All right, I'll let your guy go," and I
thank you.
do this, but it's like massive orangutan arms, so it looks ridiculous. And then just in private thought speak to Dylan, I'm gonna go, "Hey, you look great."
You lose your inspiration.
Thanks, I had Frosted Flakes this morning.
I'm sorry. This is Craig. He is another one of us. He was. Craig. These are our friends. I know they're our friends, but he busted through the door. I didn't know what he was gonna do. I just wanted to stop people from getting hurt. Understand. We apologize. And he looks at the rest of you. Hi, I'm Xander. If I don't know you, I've just spoken with Zac and your Andalite friend. It seems you all have some discussion to do. Do not worry about the door. We'll fix it. Is there anything I can do? Do you guys want some Wheaties? Yes, but not now.
We're friends. And she's kind of looking between like Xander and
Yeah.
Zac. Peregrine head like.
Xander looks to Zac and he says, I hope so.
Zac just gives him a big thumbs up, big orangutan thumbs up, and goes, yeah, like, this is privately to just the humanimals. They're not enemies.
And then Savannah privately with the humanimals. How much do they know?
Quite a bit, honestly. More than we know, I think.
What do they want?
They're going to want some help. We have a lot to talk about. We can do it here if you want, or we could go somewhere else.
Savannah's then gonna open the thought speak back up to the people in the room, and specifically to like Xander, what do you want?
Your help and your trust.
Savannah's kind of weighing a few different options here, but I think she's gonna say, all right, then we'll leave and we have a way to contact you.
The number that I texted Zac from is untraceable. The Yeerks will not be able to decode any messages sent from that or to that device.
How do you do that?
We are very advanced. And you see Aximili, he does keep one stock eye on him, but his head turns away from Xander.
Grumpy.
Yeah, and then Savannah's just privately to Aximili, like, is that true?
I'm afraid so.
So we're kind of screwed no matter what.
Unless they're telling the truth, maybe. There was a lot of information.
Yeah, they clearly know a lot about us. And she'll open this back up to like all the humanimals. They clearly know a lot about us. Do we have anything to hide at this point, or are we at their mercy?
I don't think they fully know that we're all human. That's the only thing. I try to keep that close to the chest. I didn't even mean to tell them that there was more than me and Max, but that kind of slipped. I'm sorry, Van.
Only would have been a problem had we not literally knocked their house down. All right.
Zach's
she'll
gonna start demorphing.
Okay, Savannah will. Oh shit! Because yeah, we have a battle morphs now, and we're inside, and we'd have to go back into a town.
You're
Fuck
a
it.
bird.
I am. I'd be fine, but Cameron and
I'll just
Dylan would
yeet you
not.
out into the yard.
I think she would probably just fly through the gaping hole.
Gross.
We're going to leave, and then Savannah will be like to the humanimals, like, let's get out of here.
Yeah, and if you ever try to hold me again, Craig, I'll bust out of it.
Dylan's just like, yeah.
Yeah.
Zac will, as he finishes demorphing, is everyone else going human before they leave?
Cameron actually, when you say that, or if you say that, or if he sees that everybody else starts to demorph, he's taking steps as a polar bear, but stops.
Yeah, I think Savannah is going to be like, let's just try to get out of here in battle morphs if we can. I'll see if the way is clear, because it's that revealing them like who they are as people, but also anybody outside observing people that they might be able to recognize later walking away. So Savannah will just shoot out the door again and like spiral up.
Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Cool. 16.
You look around, nobody. The guy finishes. He pushes his mower into his shed and wipes sweat off his face. Takes a long drink of lemonade as he puts his arm around his wife, and they walk back into the house.
Wow. I do want to. I know it's same team, and I'm sorry, but there was just a door being burst in, and then a tiger roar. No one is like, "Hey, what the fuck?"
Hey, who knows?
Okay. Maybe his mower is really loud. That's cool. I just wanted to like make sure.
Well, all right. So to explain that a little bit, we'll say you all didn't notice it at first, but Savannah, as you fly back out, the outside, you notice a cacophony of noise come from as you exit the doorway. Yeah.
It's landscaping day.
Yeah.
If there's nobody around, Savannah will tell them, let's just get out of here. You can leave now.
Dylan slinks out onto the back porch and off the side and over to the fence and like is going through the shadow.
And Cameron, he just walks out in the middle of the yard and starts to walk to the edge. But Savannah, you look down and you do not see either one of them until they go over the fence and back into the woods.
All right.
And you do see, as they get over the fence and into the woods, is Zac going as well?
I was hanging back. I am just gonna give Xander a fist bump and say, "I'll call you, man."
He nods at you, and as you step out, you notice now, Zac, the noises again. It was the same kind of thing that happened when you were in the basement, where that kind of bubble of muffled noises was around you while you were in the house.
Gotcha.
But as you get outside, you notice. Did you go back human?
Yeah.
All right. So you notice once he shuts the door, the outside backyard for a split second. You notice this too, Savannah, as you're watching down. You see that shimmer. Oh, actually, when you look down, you saw a holographic shimmer around everything, and the creatures walking, like Dylan close to the fence and Cameron just walking through. There was just that opaque image above it. But it's gone now as Zac walks out of the house.
Did Max go human again?
He could have, yeah, that's fine. Or he could just have went to bird. Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
And he takes off out of the house, too.
All right, I guess Zac walks through the backyard as a human and then climbs a fence and goes off into the woods.
And I
Instead of, just taking the front door.
Oh, shit. Well, yeah. I mean, you could take the front door if you want.
No, it's fine.
All
I'll do what everyone else is doing. It's cool. Yeah, so I get out of the woods. I guess, is everyone hanging around here? Like, where is there a tiger and a polar bear hanging out in the cul-de-sac?
So once like they got out into the woods, Savannah would start giving them directions of like where they can take cover to go back to bird.
All right, you want them to demorph and go back to bird?
I think so, to get out of here.
So, as everybody demorphs, Dylan, you feel this just wave of tiredness hit you as you come out of your morph, you kind of drop down to one knee for a second and just have to take a deep breath, and you have 1 point of exhaustion.
Great.
And
Dylan's just like, guys, she just says it out loud. Guys, I don't feel so hot.
Oh, yeah, I feel that.
Are you okay? What's going on?
I think I'm just like really, really tired, man.
right, let's get back to home or cabin or wherever we want to go, and we can take a break. It's been a long day.
Do we have any plans for the next couple days?
And planning what we're going to do on Saturday? No.
Okay.
Are we
I'd like to
flying?
sleep until then.
Are we flying all the way back to the cabin tonight?
Cameron, if you want to go to Pacific Towers, that's fine.
Well, I mean, I want to be there for everything, but it's just a long flight.
I think everybody can go home, and Aximili and I can go cover the cabin.
I
If
gotta go get my
Cameron-
phone.
Oh, crap. Well, you can come with.
Let's.
What
Your
time
phone's
is
at the
it?
cabin.
We'll say this all took about 30, 45 minutes, so it's about 6:45.
Yeah, so last bus is hella missed.
If you guys need to catch the bus, you can. No, the meeting was at 6, so there's no way.
Yeah, there's no way. There's no way.
You guys want an Uber? Like, I'll pay for an Uber. I feel bad y'all are going all the way out there.
Are you coming,
Here,
Zach?
I'm like pulling the app open.
Zach, you
Dylan,
know
do you need
everything.
I was kind of thinking maybe we could talk about it here, and then... Yeah, we'll go to the cabin.
Why don't we just fly back to our respective homes? We can discuss this on the way back. Dylan, do you need your phone tonight?
I guess as long as Dad doesn't ask about it, I've still got the one that you gave me. But also, I hate to really pack on to everything, but I got something I gotta talk to you guys about.
Let's do that first. What's up?
My dad has okay. My dad works at the observatory,
Awesome.
and he's got a big meeting tomorrow that he's so excited about, but I don't think it's good.
What do you think it is?
I think they're gonna Yeerk him.
What time is the meeting tomorrow?
Nighttime sometime.
It's tomorrow evening. I just, the only plan that I've been able to come up with isn't an option, really. So I just need your help finding a way to keep him away from there.
What was your plan?
Uh, it's a really bad plan. It would cause him to put me under lock and key, basically.
Oh, yeah, we're not doing that. What would get people to cancel a meeting? Can we cause a power outage at the observatory?
Or a fire.
I'm thinking no more fires at places for a little while, man.
Why couldn't we just keep him away?
Yeah, we could break the car down.
We can break the car down, we can divert him. We can, between all of us, just play a really complex game of keep away, honestly. Think that would work?
Yeah, I think something. We got to do something. I mean, all else fails, we find a way to knock him out for the night.
All right.
Give him some Benadryls, man. Put some bennies in his beer, you know.
I have a weird, like, I'm not gonna drug my dad policy.
What?
Personally.
Weird.
Hey, Cameron kind of elbows Zach And he just shakes his head at him, like, to the side.
Cool. I'm just saying there's available sedatives. That was my point.
No, what we don't want to do that, but what we do want to do is do something that will make him undesirable to infest after that night. And I think making him, I'm sorry, Dylan, but making him look irresponsible might be a way to go. Unreliable. Keep him away, but also do something that makes them not want to control him.
Yeah. I mean, I hate it. I don't want my dad to miss out on something he really wants to do, but I don't want my dad to not be my dad either.
Why are they going to Yeerk it? Maybe we can take away that reason.
You'd have to take away his whole job.
Oh.
Get him fired.
I don't think that's a good plan either.
Or take away his means of doing his job. He uses the telescope, correct?
Yeah.
We could probably break that.
I could break a telescope.
That is very expensive. Oh,
We don't gotta pay
yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
Listen,
all else
I blew
fails.
up a school like 3 days ago, man.
Whoa.
Maximilian,
Oh, but we can't blow up the telescope because he found something, you guys. He found something.
I would also like it if you did not blow up the telescope.
well, Maximilian, what I was thinking was maybe it's the time that we can reach out using the observatory, and then afterwards we can destroy it and make it look like an Andalite attack.
Yes. That would be an awesome plan to enact. But what did he see, Dylan?
Is dog barking?
Oh, I thought you meant here.
No. Can you hear her?
Yeah. Are you all walking and talking? Cause you all, or
No, we're still sitting there, I think.
Okay.
Savannah's still in Peregrine morph.
Yeah, so you got to thought speak all this conversation.
I have.
Mhm.
Yeah, Austin has to edit that all in.
For editing, yeah. Is anyone still a tiger or polar bear? Polar bear? Polar bear?
Koala
Amy?
Bale?
Bear.
Amy Polar bear?
I believed everybody else as demorphed. Is that right? They're just talking. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So Dylan explains what her dad saw. The
And
star.
Star.
That look like a copy of. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maximilian?
Yeah. Oh.
That's you, bud.
Hang on, let me roll a check. Oh, that's the wrong boy. That's the other boy.
See if Cameron gets it.
Please don't roll any sort of history for Cameron, please.
Hang on a second. It won't be history. I'm gonna just roll this just to see what he gets.
Nice.
That was Cameron.
Cameron knows?
Fuck it,
Cameron's
Cameron
like,
knows.
"That's
Hey,
probably a
Cameron.
fucking... Yo.
No. We got
Yeah.
it. You
Fucking
rolled Cameron's
maple
I know.
ginger Yeerk.
I want you to play this out.
That is very strange. Nothing like I've ever seen. Hey, what if? My head. Hang on a
Rube
second.
goes like-
Hang on. What if the way the Yeerks hide the mothership is they take a picture of what's behind them and then just put it in front of them? That
Like,
actually
Like The
makes
Predator?
sense. Yes, the movie The Predator. Good job, Cameron.
Jack,
His
Looking
nose
out,
starts
bro.
bleeding.
okay, so your dad's probably going to get Yeerked because he found evidence of a Yeerk ship.
He's not getting yerked.
Sorry. The Yeerks want to Yeerk Dylan's dad.
Pat you on the back of that. Yeah.
Right. Because he saw a Yeerk ship, so what if we just like erase that recording and like make it look like he just fucked up his data or something? We don't have to destroy the telescope, we just have to destroy the evidence.
You think that could work?
Yeah. I think I know I can like spoof a fucking record. I know that I can erase data. And if I leave like enough fucking breadcrumbs, it'll make it look like he just was, I don't know, real tired one night or something.
He has been working super late and super early
Even better.
and pulling all-nighters.
So we'll make it logged at like 4:30 in the morning. And it's just like a copy and paste of the data from up here is now down here, and it just gets screwed up because it's like it's not a physical like lens telescope, right? This is like a radio telescope. It's using data,
So, like,
right?
he didn't catch that he was just ghosting an image.
Yeah, exactly. I think we could do that. He like looks at Axe for like approval, but Zach's pretty sure. I can roll a technology or something if you want me to, but
well, the idea seems sound. Max is in the air.
oh, why do I think he was sitting here with us? My bad. So Zach goes, right, Max. I mean, this all seem right.
Yes, it should not be too hard to erase files from human technology.
Yeah, but like to make it look like it was an error in his data or something.
Yes, we could do
But how
that.
does that hide that he has found correctly the location of the mothership?
Because it'll be like an accident. It'll look like it was an accident, like it wasn't real. We can put it in the wrong spot. We'll say it's by, I don't know. We'll see wherever it really was, and then we'll move it.
Okay. And do we need to get into the observatory to do this, or can we do this from a laptop at home or something?
Dylan, does he ever do any like remote work?
Sometimes, but I don't know if he logs into the system.
Dylan, you do know that some of his work he is just for like the public and stuff, but he does work on classified stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
So that he can't work on from home. Some of that stuff.
Yeah.
So the answer is like maybe. It depends on if it's on a network and that network is connected to the internet, then yes. Now, how many firewalls we've got to go through, how hard the passwords are to crack. I mean, they use this for military stuff too, I think, right? So it's probably going to be pretty tough. It'd probably be easier on site.
Would we like to make an attempt off-site early in the day and then go on-site?
Honestly, not without a lot of protocol set up, and we don't really have a lot of time. Because if it's military shit and I get caught trying to hack it, that's bad. Like that's NSA CIA shit.
So it sounds
We
like
don't-
we're going in.
That's probably the best option, but fuck, I was looking forward to 2 days off.
Well, let's at least get some rest, and then we can go in tomorrow.
Yeah.
Especially if they work on it overnight.
Immediately after he like looks at Dylan, he's like, "I'm just kidding. Like, I'd do this, no questions asked, for anybody's dad."
Thanks, man.
All right. That said, we've got like a good month, according to Xander, before we have to deal with their thing. I mean, we need to figure out what we're gonna do, but we don't have to do it right this minute.
I want to ask what their thing is, but we have a month.
Yeah. Like that's the deadline before shit hits the fan. So if we wait until a few days, it's not going to be a problem, I don't think.
All right, we should pad in time in case they were incorrect.
Okay.
So Uber,
So,
or should we get in
You
the
guys want an
sky?
Uber?
Or we're going back to the cabin, yeah, Savannah?
You're on mute.
Oh, fuck. So are we going back to the cabin, or... Because we can't take an Uber all the way back there. So everybody's going
I-
home.
I can. It's just real expensive.
Yeah, that was the last thing Savannah said. Was we all go to our respective homes.
Yeah, and talk on the way. Okay.
Zac.
I'm in.
Or, yeah, Cameron starts some more.
It's still early. It's late afternoon, early evening, so it's not getting dark for a while.
Well,
Like 7.
yeah. And I think somewhere in the very beginning, didn't we say like 8 to 8 it's dark or something? Oh, maybe that was a different game I'm thinking of. But it's evening, so like the sun is beginning to set. It's
Okay.
summertime.
Cool. Zac will go out.
Dylan goes Harrier again.
As Cameron is morphing, Savannah's just going to say, are you planning on going back to Pacific Towers?
I mean, I just didn't want to fly all the way out to the cabin again if we didn't have to. But now that I'm thinking about it, you guys, we also have the Katie thing. I think I'm just going to stick with the group. Whoever's going out there, whoever isn't.
Go out there with Aximili if you want to go back. The trade-off is you have to just let Possum out for me.
All right. I'll do that. Aximili say, so I'm going back to Pacific Towers as well.
I thought, well, if you want, otherwise we could go to the cabin.
Yes, I was just confused. I didn't know. Yeah, you guys can take off into the sky. Now, what we can do is keep going if you guys want, or we can start Heracles. I think if we keep going, we may, depending on when, we might just cut Heracles, but we can see when we
I
get
feel like
there.
this is a good stopping point.
Yeah, it is.
I
I'm
mean,
just saying
everyone's going back to their respective places.
Well, I thought you all were about to talk on the way.
Oh well, we had said we were going to, but now we're going to wait
And we
3
just
days.
stood there talking.
Well,
Yeah.
I meant discuss the Chee. We can wait till the next one. I'm trying to pad the episode, but if you guys,
We can head the same direction for a little while.
all right,
Yeah. And then we can split off.
yeah, all right, you guys are in the air.
Okay. So, short version is like they've got a giant underground dog park. They're like dog hoarders or something, like animal hoarders, but like in a good way.
Wait, what?
In a good way. Like there's like 1,000 dogs
Are they
in
taking
their
care
basement. They look really happy. They've got like a giant park. It's grass and trees and bugs and shit. Squirrels, water. Yeah, it's all really cool.
Sun though?
There's like a sun representative. There's like a big yellow, I guess, electric ball. I don't know.
Artificial.
Look, we didn't really get into it. My point is, Xander and his people are called Chee. They're like androids, kind of like dog-shaped androids. They were made like a long time ago by a different group of aliens called Pamelites. Pamelites is kind of hard to understand. They also look like dogs, like dog furries, you know, like bipedal. Anyway, they're really old. The Pimelites all got killed by like some horrible race from the space. They're all super peaceful. The Chee are like programmed only to like have a good time and not fight. They can't do violence or let violence happen. However, they can apparently, because the next thing out of his mouth was that he wants us to go retrieve some stuff for him that's in a very dangerous location on a military base in a Yeerk ship inside of a holographic building. There's like pressure sensitive plates, and it's light sensitive. You can't have any light in there, and there's wires strung up everywhere, so you can't touch the wires. And there's this like special magic crystal or something in there that like the Chee need. It's called a Pimolite crystal. If the Yeerks keep it, they'll like be able to create crazy technology with it and like control the satellites, and it'd be bad. If the Chee get it, they can rewrite their peace programming so that they're able to do fighting. And we did see him put Cameron in a headlock. So
He got me from
he's,
behind. I didn't even see
I
it.
know, man. Right, but I'm just saying it was just a test of strength because you're so crazy strong as a polar bear that like even
Thanks.
then he was able to hold you down. So, um, I don't know. I said like on a scale from like data from Star Trek to Terminator, where are they at? And he said like Terminator. So if they could actually help us fight, that'd be sick.
Yeah, but like, didn't they kill all the people in Terminator?
Yeah, I was just going for a strength thing, not a morals thing. That's a good point, though. I mean, maybe they rewrite their programming and they're horrible now. This is the information I've got. I'm
much
like
are
leaving
they-
some stuff out, but
How much are they able to assist us at this point?
um, not like a ton. I guess they've probably got like a bunch of info. They've got some high tech stuff. They can do holograms really good.
And we can use their holograms?
I didn't like arrange that. I'm sure like if we refuse to help them, they probably won't be down to help us much.
They seem to want to give us information.
Yeah, like he really did seem friendly. Like it was kind of a relief actually to meet some fucking alien that's not trying to kill us.
I did try to kill Grant when I first seen him.
Right?
Sometimes the people that seem the friendliest are the most insidious. We should still proceed with caution.
Yeah, no. Yeah, you're right. That's smart.
But if they can lend us their technology, and they seem to be wanting to assist us, perhaps we could try it. I mean, they could have already sold us out to the Yeerks at this point, easily.
Yeah.
And it seems like they haven't yet.
Well, I think that would be a direct cause of harm, right? So they can't.
As you pointed out earlier, there are loopholes. We don't actually know how far that extends.
Yeah. So I don't know. I tried to play it real cool and close to the chest, but if it was up to me, I'd say let's go.
Seems like a
I also-
no-brainer.
I did happen to see this place earlier, so like I can get us there.
Okay. All right. Well, I think we have a few more pressing matters, but yes, we
Totally.
should definitely attempt to proceed. I think.
Also, we don't want the Yeerks to have that, right?
Yeah, like
That's the biggest reason to do this.
And if Zac saw the building before, that gives a little bit of, credence. Credence, is that the right word?
Credibility.
Yeah, to what they're saying.
oh, there is a hang up. We're gonna have to get a Yeerk. I forgot about that. So there's something called a Gleek biofilter or whatever. All right, so let me back up. This crystal, right? It's on a ship. It's like a big bug fighter. It's what it looks like. And that's inside of a hologram of a building, and that's on a military base. So already very hard to get to. But we also can't even get in the fucking ship because you have to have a Yeerk to get through the door. The only other option is like if we can find some other way in. But he was saying like there's airlocks and like sealed doors and stuff. Like you can't, even a bug couldn't get in.
Yes,
Well,
But like even a human.
We are planning on obtaining a Yeerk. I mean, perhaps that wasn't exactly how it was going to play out, but we can add that.
We were planning that.
Well, we were planning on getting Visser 3, were we not?
Oh. Yeah. And then we could like record him before we kill him.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down. That'd be smart. Okay, well then I guess would be good. What?
It's going to complicate everything, but
It's always more
try.
complicated. Yeah. The other option I think is that there's like there's some kind of a pipe or a tube or something connected to the ship. I don't know what it's for. If it's just an electrical conduit, it's no good. But if it's a, I don't know, sewage, like a waste system or something, or a fuel line, I don't know what can survive in a fuel line. But maybe there's something. It's
I
kind
guess
of
it
a
depends
bug.
on what kind of fuel.
Sure, yeah. And for how long?
I think it depends on what kind of fuel. We're going to have to scope that out more.
Okay. Anyway, so that's all that. We need to sleep on this before we make any decisions, though. I mean,
We do. And we should focus up. The most important thing is making sure Dylan's dad is okay for now. Then we can work on the rest of it.
agreed.
Yeah, and the Vissers are fighting, Zac.
Oh, what?
Yep.
That's nice. Maybe we can use that. I wouldn't mind recording the Visser 2's body. That's fucking huge, Hork-Bajir. That's
Oh,
awesome.
yeah, we could morph metal.
No,
That is not
I just
true.
meant the body. Yeah.
I don't know if that opportunity will come up. I believe Visser 2 is going off-world for a while.
No, I was just kind of. That was just sort of like a daydream. Dan, I have a plan for it.
Okay.
Yeah. You know what we should really do? Speaking of giant bodies to record, we should like go on a camping trip in like Washington in the woods.
Yeah.
Like look for Sasquatch.
You just hear Dylan.
Right?
Dude, those things are real?
I don't have any proof they're not.
Me neither.
And I bet, like a squirrel or something could find, or maybe like a bird, some kind of bird could find them better than a human.
All right. Next on the list.
Yeah, how cool would that be, right? Like, just get in a battle morphs and you just see a big Sasquatch.
Yeah, I'd be scared as shit.
Yeah, it'd be awesome.
I think Savannah's just going to break away from this now and start heading towards the cabin.
Okay, bye, Savannah.
All right, yeah, I'll see you guys later. And then Zac just like wheeling away, goes towards his house.
Cameron banks with you, and accidentally banks to the other way with Savannah.
Dylan?
Dylan's gonna head toward her house, but she's gonna look. She's paying attention to the streets on the way home.
Okay. Is there anything specific you're looking for?
Yeah, she's looking for somebody in a back alley.
All right, give me a perception check. Yeah, you're flying, and you pass like one of these little there's like a little bar that's kind of set in, it's kind of in a neighborhood almost, but like towards where the main street is, it's like just sits on the outside, and you see a woman kind of walk out, and she seems to be stumbling a little bit drunk, and she goes back behind a dumpster and starts peeing out back.
All right. She doesn't
We've all
see
been there.
anybody handing out.
Doing what? Just hanging out?
Handing out? Dealing anything?
Oh, okay. That's what you're looking for. As she's like
Yeah.
back there and she finishes up, there's a guy standing on the corner just like leaning against the wall with his arms folded. He has a hood over his head. And you hear, with your expert hearing, you hear, hey, if you're looking, I got something. And she kind of looks up and is like startled. And she says, hey, you didn't see anything, did you? I was just peeing, and I don't want anybody to see me pee. And he kind of shakes his head. I didn't see anything, lady. But if you got $20, I got something that'll make you feel real good. And she thinks for a second, kind of stumbles over. And he kind of takes his hood off. And he's got short cropped hair. It's a white male. As he like pulls the hood down off of his head, you see like the inside of it is red, and he like reaches back and like pulls something out of his back pocket, but when he does, the hoodie comes up and you see that he's got a gun in the back of his waistband. But he pulls out a little baggie, and the girl walks up to him and starts to reach in her purse, and she says, I'm down at a party, I'll have a little fun.
I think as he hands out the little baggie, Dylan is going to swoop for it.
All right. Give me an acrobatics, or you can just make an attack roll. Either one. Yep. What do you do as you drop down and see this little baggie?
She like sort of zeroes in on it, and she's going to try and like clip his hand a little bit as she grabs it, and then just swoops off into the night and goes home.
Yep,
And she's sitting there thinking to herself the whole time, this is a backup plan, this is a backup plan, this is a backup plan, this is a backup plan.
As you fly off with these drugs in your talon, you see this guy grip at his hand and yell, ah, as like blood starts to kind of seep out. As you like, if you kind of look back at all, you do see, you took a little bit of his middle finger, the end of it. You kind of clipped the middle finger of it off with your talon as you grabbed. Not anything that he's going to be, he can still function and everything. It's just part of his finger is gone. And as Dylan flies off into the night, I think that would be a good time for us to stop.